I'm Jennifer Kuiper. On week 3 of the war with Iran, President Trump urges other countries to help keep oil moving through the Strait of Hormuz. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
The president stepped up the pressure on U.S. allies and said he expected them to help secure shipping in the strait.
We strongly encourage the other nations to get involved with us and get involved quickly and with great enthusiasm.
He said he has talked with French President Macron and believes he is on board.
On a scale of 0 to 10, I'd say he's been an 8.
He said he also thinks Britain would be involved as well. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
CBS's Ramy Inocencio says there is a rationale for the president to expect help from nations in Asia.
Asian countries do rely most on the oil out of the Strait of Hormuz. We know about 20% of the world's oil comes out of it. China, the biggest importer, roughly in the 35% range or so. India at about 15%, Japan and South Korea something like 10%. And in total, those 4 countries buy up about 75% of oil out of Hormuz. And President Trump is saying they should be the ones to do more.
Cuba's Ministry of Energy and Mines notes a complete disconnection of the country's electrical system and says it is investigating. Just before spring arrives, severe weather heads toward the East Coast after plowing through the Midwest.
The same storm system that churned up blizzards in the northern plains and upper Great Lakes Sunday is moving east Monday, threatening the region with potential tornadoes, damaging wind gusts, hail, and flash flooding. Forecasters say mid-Atlantic states and Washington, D.C. are at the greatest risk. Several central North Carolina school districts have canceled classes for the day. Governor Josh Stein is warning residents to expect wind gusts of up to 74 miles per hour. Heather Bosch, CBS News.
Closing arguments begin today in the trial of Corey Richens, the Utah woman accused of fraud and murdering her husband in 2022 with a lethal dose of fentanyl. Judge Richard Mazik telling the jury,
"You must base your decision only on the evidence that you saw and heard here in court and any exhibits admitted into evidence. Nothing else is evidence. The lawyer's statements and arguments are not evidence. Their objections are not evidence."
The prosecution argued Richens murdered her husband to cash in on his estate. The defense suggested Eric Richens may have overdosed on painkillers. Talk about ruining a vacation. CBS's Jim Crisula explains.
More than 150 passengers and crew aboard a Princess cruise ship were sickened in a neurovirus outbreak. As the vessel sailed through the Caribbean, there were more than 4,300 passengers and 1,600 crew members on board the cruise ship.
Stocks are up on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
A shootout in Pierce County sends an innocent bystander to the hospital. More on that following a quick check on the commute. Brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance in Canyon Park. We've got road work northbound 405 at 527. It's blocking the HOV lane. And there's a solid 1.5 to 2 mile backup. Bellevue to Linwood's a 25-minute commute, about a 10-minute delay. Driving through Seattle, we're doing pretty good. South 5, a little crowded through the U District. North 5 looks great. Just a minor backup there at the Ship Canal Bridge. All of our passes right now are open this noon hour with no restrictions. And road work in Puyallup, eastbound 512 at the ramp to northbound 167. Just getting underway. It's blocking one lane of 512 at that intersection or interchange rather, and then a single lane northbound 167 is closed between 512 and 410. This work lasts till 2 this afternoon. Last year was one of the hottest on record. Get efficient heating and cooling with a Home Comfort Alliance heat pump for the price of AC. Don't wait. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Pierce County, good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Pierce County deputies are looking for suspects after a violent shootout last night at the Golden Given Terrace Apartments in Midland.
A down victim, casings of bullets all over the parking lot, multiple vehicles that were hit with gunfire, windows broken out.
Pierce County Deputy Carly Capetto says 20 to 70 rounds were fired. The 26-year-old victim, an innocent bystander, was hit multiple times but will survive. A Covington Air Force captain is the first Washingtonian to die in the war with Iran. 31-year-old Ariana Savino was killed when a KC-135 aircraft went down in western Iraq on March 12th while supporting combat operations. 5 other service members also died. Military leaders say the cause is still under investigation. 5 people are in jail after a drug investigation on the Olympic Peninsula. The Olympic Peninsula Narcotics Enforcement Team tracked a group of suspected drug dealers to the Seven Cedars Casino in Sequim last Thursday. 3 suspects from Kitsap County, 1 from Key Peninsula, were arrested there. Detectives say they found more than 260 grams of fentanyl, more than 500 grams of meth, and about 30 grams of cocaine. They also seized 10 guns. 3 of those arrested are convicted felons who aren't allowed to have firearms. Bail for the 2 main suspects was set at $250,000 each. Property values are going down, but property tax bills are going up. That's happening for some King County homeowners.
King County Chief Appraiser Jim Hall tells the Seattle Times this is happening because of the lag between home value assessments and the property tax bills. Under state law, the county assessor's office estimates a home's value on January 1st of the year before taxes on it are due. In other words, taxes due in 2026 are based on a home's value on New Year's Day of 2025. Back then, a lot of these home values were going up, but now some of those same homes are worth less. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Showers tapering off. We might get a little shot of sunshine this afternoon. Warm temperatures with a high around 58. The rain returns in full force Tuesday and Wednesday. Overnight lows around 50. 48 and cloudy over downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Behold, a fiendish masterpiece from the bowels of hell! Mondays for hit Mondays. They make me so steamed. Weekends! I go for the weekends! Son of a
Welcome to the show. Happy Monday. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike-O. Welcome to the show, Spike.
Thank you, my friend.
Happy Monday to you.
I love how much you enjoy that. I really do. I got to tell you.
It just makes me laugh every
does.
time. It's so stupid, and we get text messages.
Yes,
What do you
sing
guys
along.
keep doing? It's so dumb. We don't get a ton of those, but maybe once somebody
Hey,
just
you know what?
texted
You get your own fun out there, people.
Every time I hear it, I just go,
yeah.
It's like every time somebody makes a gross bodily noise, I still laugh at it.
Oh, I'm right back in 7th grade.
I know, it's dumb, but it still works. And because they didn't want us to start with a bodily noise, we said this is a little classier.
Hey, they had options. They made their choice.
Yeah. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Big local story here. People are now talking about a potential Sonics return. I didn't realize this, but so the NBA made this announcement. They're going to do this voting thing that's going to happen. They're going to get all the team leaders together, the team owners together. They're going to decide whether or not they even want to, entertain the idea. But what I didn't know is that apparently it is Las Vegas and Seattle or bust. It's not like there's a bunch of different. It's not like it's on the table for anywhere that gives the best bid.
Right.
And that's a new thing that I was not aware of, which actually I feel like plays into Seattle's benefit. It gives them a better chance to get a team. Luke Ducey, in just a little bit, he's got all the details on this. He's got all the relevant audio, and he can walk us through all of it. So he'll join us at 12:30.
We're not going to have to outbid Lake Placid or some other redonkulous city who wants to jump in and just to raise the stakes as a third option.
I hope not. Boise's not going to step in at the last minute and be like, hey, we're willing to pay. And the thing that Seattle has always been the other team, like the jilted, side piece.
The cautionary tale.
Always.
For any potential owner.
They will be used.
Yeah.
They have been used. Anytime a team is talking about moving, or maybe if they don't get a new arena or tax money or something, they're just like, well, we could move to Seattle. And everybody goes, all right, you got us. That's a card. That's like the ace up their sleeve.
You bet.
We're just this idiot that they have made us into. And so that has always been a disadvantage for us. But now they either can expand the league, which possibly means more money for everybody, bigger markets. I mean, Seattle is a massive market. What are we, 13, 14?
13, 14,
and to not have a team, especially after a year when you have the Mariners and the Seahawks represent like they have.
World Cup's going to come to town this summer, and it's going to be another chance for us to showcase how valuable this city is to any event, league or not.
100%.
We bring it in. We bring in a lot of money. Almost $1 billion projected for the 6 World Cup games here.
Absolutely.
World Cup. World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup.
World Baseball Classic, World Cup, who knows?
We got World Baseball Classic updates. Josh Naylor's the funniest human being alive. Baseball,
He's great.
We'll talk about this in just a second. Baseball, uniquely, those guys are just. I mean, every professional athlete. Mm-hmm. What's cool about professional athletes? We'll talk about this for just a second, and then we'll get into other stuff. Some local businesses are closing down, which we'll get into in a second. But the reason that
it's like they're waiting for.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
actually, wait a minute, they're gone. It's not like if we make them wait, they'll open back up. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about those guys in a second. What would be so fun about being a professional athlete, aside from the accolades and the money and all the great stuff?
Travel's nice.
Travel. Yeah. It can also, when you reach a certain age, travel sounds like a pain in the butt to me. You get a family, like when you're a young guy or gal and you're playing professionally, but you get a family, that's a whole different.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You can't travel without feeling guilty about it. Because the travel without guilt, that's fun.
Yeah, you're at a 5-star hotel getting weight on hand and foot, and your wife's
you call home to check in on your wife.
4 kids screaming, crying, a dog's
barking. She's like, I got poop on my hand. You know, like that's.
Oh,
brings
you
it
gotta
back
go.
to reality.
Coach called batting practice. I gotta go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I have to go get a massage so I'm loose for the day.
I got a tissue injury. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But they're just big grown-up kids because they've never had to grow up. I mean, they have in many ways, which is why pro athletes are mature in different ways, and business-wise and money-wise. They have to deal with all of that. But they can also, like, all the fun that you have in baseball as a kid and all the jokes and stuff that you play, just like being on a team like that, that normally fades away around 15, 16, maybe play a little high school ball, but vast majority of us never play beyond high school.
Right.
And then you just lose that connection to teammates. And to have that for your entire life, your professional career, that would be, I mean, just fun.
It is a dream come true.
You get to be a child forever.
Forever. Never grow up. Peter Pan syndrome.
100%. Yeah. Except you're not, people don't think less of you for it. They applaud you for it. Like
yeah, you're right. Yeah, yes.
Most people have Peter Pan syndrome. You go,
with
grow up,
treasure,
you dumb.
riches, yes.
Yeah.
Mountains.
Yeah, we think it's great. All right, so we'll talk about Josh Naylor in just a second. This bagel shop, you see this? Blazing Bagels.
Yeah.
They've been in business for 25 years. You ever been here?
I know them well. I've worked with them on numerous charitable organizations and events over the years, yeah.
So the company's announced that it is closing down. They had plans, according to the story, the Seattle Times, King 5 also had a piece about it. We have some audio we'll play in just a second. But they had plans to expand across the Pacific Northwest, but they say due to a series of unforeseen circumstances, they've made the excruciating decision to close their doors. This is a former employee reacting to the sudden bankruptcy closure. This employee talked to King 5.
The sign says we're closed today, but we are closed permanently. By the time I got home, I had my meal, was going to eat, and read the email, and lost my appetite. It's very, very devastating, very hurtful.
It was very emotional. A lot of us were crying as we were talking and gathering like our personal belongings and everything. If they knew that things weren't going well, they should have said something so like people could start looking for jobs.
So they're talking right now they say it's unclear how many employees are going to be out of a job as a result of this. The company was started back in Redmond in 2001. Since then, they have apparently cranked out something like 7 million bagels, which is what the Seattle Times estimates. Annually, since 2018.
Yeah, annually.
This was a 2018 Seattle Times piece talking about how they have cranked out all these bagels. But they've been open since 2001. That's a lot of bagels. What do you make of this? What do you think happened here?
Well, was it Dennis? Yeah.
Dennis Balin.
Like I said, I got to know Dennis years ago when these guys used to bring big boxes of bagels to our show.
Sure.
You know, for promotional consideration. That's probably why they went out of business.
You guys ate
we paid him out of business. Dennis was a sponsor of numerous charitable events over the years. He retired a year ago and turned the business over to his. And I'm not trying to read anything into this, but it's really, you mentioned they're planning on a broad expansion across the entirety of the West Coast.
Yeah.
He retired and turned the business over to his 2 daughters a year ago.
Sure.
And I think it was it November that they closed down their wholesale business because they used to be they'd put them in grocers around town. Plus they had the five shops.
Yeah.
So something happened. A series of unfortunate events, financial calamities, to go from we're turning it over to the kids, next generation business, family owned business.
Yeah.
25 years success, to be within 6 months just shutting her down. Complete declaring bankruptcy.
I wonder if it's I mean, we've talked about this before, but this is not indicated in the story. I can't imagine a company just immediately decides to claim bankruptcy. I mean, I assume by the time you get to bankruptcy, you have investigated a lot of different options to try to make your business whole.
Sure, especially if you're employing, we don't know how many people, they won't clarify how many people are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
But, this is a multi-generational family business with employing probably 100 people, if not more, 5 stores.
5 locations, I would imagine.
A wholesale outlet. They're making 7 million bagels a year.
Yeah. I do wonder, if some of the tax policies locally would have played into this. I don't know that that's the case, but I assume that's part of the bagel.
It's one of the ingredients.
One of the ingredients in this story.
Yeast, salt, wages,
taxes,
taxation, fuel costs for distribution. All these different factors are coming into play, man.
It's a testament to how hard it is to run a business, especially a brick and mortar business. This is different because it's not like you can just be online all day selling stuff and try to remove your physical footprint. You're paying a lot of money for those locations.
5 shops, you bet.
You have to count on foot traffic to those locations, and if that dries up, then what was it? We had John Scholes from Downtown Seattle Association on with us on Friday. And he was talking about there's like 36% of those buildings that used to rent out to businesses downtown.
The commercial vacancies,
Commercial vacancies.
Almost twice the national average.
Yeah. And the reason that is because you don't have the foot traffic for these businesses anymore. And that's one ingredient.
No, it is one because it's a post-pandemic reality.
Yeah.
We talk about all the corporate, that's right, we're commercial corporate vacancies.
Yeah.
Because we figured out we could do business in a different mechanism. And then retail evolved through Amazon and everybody else who did, digital retail. It's becoming impossible. You talk about how hard it is for a new business to get started. The failure percentage of new businesses. Here's a 25-year, multi-million-dollar organization,
family business, right? It's horrible,
and they can't make it work.
It's rough for the daughters too, because this guy retired you said in November.
I think it was just November. I think it was November last year.
Well, that just didn't work out too great for the daughters. That's horrible. Either like one of two things I'm seeing. Either he left them a company that was not viable, and they recognized it very quickly. Totally possible. But he did run it for 25 years, which leads me to believe that the business was semi-viable.
Well, they just had big plans of Western expansion.
And then the other case is you leave it to your daughters. Doesn't matter if they're daughters, but you leave it to your kids.
He retired he retired a full year ago.
Okay.
It took them almost a year to tank it. They didn't tank it before. I'm kidding because I'm an old fart.
He retired. He retired in March. Yeah, almost exactly a year ago, March 27th, 2025.
Must have been a horrible decision.
Very tough. Yeah, it's tough because you want your kids to be able to carry the family thing on.
You're leaving a legacy. You built. That's why you work. You leave a legacy.
You want to leave something behind to your kids, and at the same time, if they don't have the passion for it, and again, we don't know that this is the case. It's just you and I supposing, but that's what we do.
The daughters have been in it. Daughters have been in it for about 10 years. They've been in the business, helping run the business.
Yeah, but there's kids who run business. There's kids who run business. They do stupid things. Though. Look at Jet Fowler. Right, he's like the poster boy for stepping into a situation that you're not ready for,
and then stepping in it,
and then stepping in a bad situation.
Yeah,
I don't know this is the case for these daughters who ran the bagel company, but it's also really, really difficult in Washington. You have a more than likelihood chance of failing in a business because of many, many different things. One of those things being it's very expensive to run a business in Washington. I think there's a 59%, just about 60%
I think
chance?
That's the number. Yep, I think you're right.
Of failing. Yeah. Every single business that starts, you have 59%. So you're already pushing that bagel uphill, and then, you never know if you're going to make it.
I hear you. Well, and I'm reading the story here, and I love this guy. Walker Alvey, the director of culinary innovation. How many things can I? This guy's got a career of how many things can I put on a bagel, and in a bagel?
Yeah,
that's what a gig, what a dream gig.
What are you putting on a bagel?
Well, what's my bagel?
If you were a culinary innovator,
that's great. Well, that's the thing.
You are just a guy. What are you putting on a bagel?
I'm a real simple guy. I like just schmear. I don't mind a salmon schmear. I like a nice schmear.
Sure.
And I like an everything. You get everything bagel.
Oh, an everything bagel?
Yeah.
Okay.
They make an everything topping that you can sprinkle on your bagel, so it's literally.
I have seen this.
Everything on both sides.
I have some of this topping at home.
It's the greatest.
Yeah,
I'm buying it in bulk now.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good stuff.
It's pretty good stuff.
Do you put it on anything else that's not a bagel?
It's funny you mentioned that because I tried that last week.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. I swear. My wife, we make these things. I think they're called Dutch babies, and I hope that's not a racist pejorative. It's a kind of a baked.
Yeah. I know what it is. It's a food item.
Yeah. No knock on the Dutch. They're wonderful people.
Yeah.
I think my grandmother was part Dutch.
But
Nobody
thinks you're actually eating babies.
Thank you. We got to be careful these days. You got to be. It's a sweet thing for the missus, but I wanted to go savory. So I buttered one up and loaded it down with a little bit light cheese.
Did it work?
Baked. Oh, it was fabulous.
Yeah, there you go.
Fabulous.
Spike's Dutch Babies.
Yeah.
That's a business.
And everything, baby.
In fact, you could talk to the...
maybe not now.
Maybe not now. Actually, don't go into business with that.
Blazing Babies.
Maybe that might be great.
Blazing Babies, we'll call
Blazing.
See?
I don't know. That's got to...
You got to workshop these.
Yeah. That's not a perfect name.
The metaphor in writing is sometimes you got to kill your babies.
There you go.
But that's another one we can't use again.
No,
right?
Well, but people understand.
Ruined
what
it for
that means.
everybody.
Yes. I'm pretty plain on my bagels because of.
Are you a butter bagel guy?
I do like a butter on a bagel.
See, it wasn't never enough.
It depends. I mean, if I had my way, I would just eat cream cheese bagels all day long.
Yeah.
But I'm lactose intolerant, so that causes a problem for me. But I like a cinnamon raisin bagel quite a bit. I like a sweet bagel.
Yeah.
I do like a sweet bagel.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Blazing Bagels, it's a bummer that they're closing down. I don't know if the timing around some of this income tax conversations are part of it. Who knows?
Well, when you are fighting to keep things alive, and you mentioned they probably examined every option.
Yeah.
They looked at every possible way to save this company, and then you see this thing coming down the tracks.
It's got to factor into your decision.
How can we keep trying to bail water? We hit another iceberg.
It'd be really tough because it's not like you can just operate that company on dreams. You understand what the audience is like. You know what the appetite for your product is. And you know how many people are going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you can look in months past.
Yeah.
And you can find out, like, even the best months. Like, what's our best case scenario? And then you look ahead and you go, like, oh, all these new taxes. These are new things. Obviously, I would assume that they're over the B&O limit.
Mm-hmm.
They're not under 300K.
Yeah.
So then you look at those things and you go, there's no way to make a viable business. It's hard enough to do any business.
And with people's economic struggles,
yes,
cutting the things out of your life.
People have the extra money to spend on something like a
designer, because there's a lot of lesser bagels out there.
Sure, yeah, you could make a bagel at home.
Maybe it's not going to be the same for what what a good bagel will cost you.
100%, yeah, but a good bagel really does make a difference. Yeah. All right, let's move on very quickly. Did you see the story? This is the third No Kings rally scheduled for March 28th.
28th, yeah, 2 weeks.
Did anything about this catch your eye? Did you see this? They said that they're going to do another meeting. They're meeting up in Olympia. This is going to be March 28th. There's going to have a bunch of speakers and sign waving.
Well, it's one of 2,800 across the country, right?
2,800.
That's the thing about these particular strain of protests are supposed to be national, locally sourced. You got to have a good local source protest, right?
Well,
you'd pay more, wouldn't you?
I'm surprised they're not protesting anything locally. Don't you think they would protest anything locally? In their announcement, just in all fairness here, they say the protest is for the unconstitutional and unaccountable behavior of our federal government. And I just wonder, is there nothing? Is there no sense of irony in any of these
where are they meeting?
Press releases in Olympia?
And as you look up at that big dome,
you think to yourself,
with the spirit of constitutionality in your heart.
I know, that's the part to me that I was just like, was there any part of this where they thought to themselves, hey guys, should we just throw in, just to be fair, should we throw in a thing about Bob Ferguson and local political leaders just totally trashing the local state constitution?
Or if we got to stay focused on the big picture, the big guy.
Well, it's ironic to me.
I mean, that's a great question.
They say it's going to feature speakers, music, sign waving, and a healthy dose of irony. No, I threw that in. Do they support? Here would be my question. Honest question to who's doing this? OI and ER, Olympia, Indivisible, and Evergreen.
Indivisible is a national organization helping teach
Evergreen
people
Resistance.
how to,
I assume that's local.
That's
right?
That's
Olympia
local.
Indivisible.
It's the local chapter of Indivisible and the Evergreen International.
I wonder how they feel about our local constitutional new income tax.
I'd be shocked if there weren't. I'd be shocked if there weren't some folks in this No Kings rally saying, "Hey, Bob, how about the
if there were?
If there weren't, I'd be shocked as if there weren't.
I would hazard a guess that there won't be.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think there will.
I mean, the irony screams.
It screams irony, doesn't it?
It really does.
Somebody should go out there and scream irony.
Or carry a sign.
Carry a simple
single
sign.
one. Hey, Bob.
A picture of Bob. King Bob.
Speaking of constitutionality, ...
Is King Bob giving a speech, by the way? Is he going to be there for this? That'd be interesting. All right. We got a lot more coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about the Sonics, whether or not they're coming back. Luke Ducey is covering all this from all different angles. Obviously, we all love Luke, and so you can be excited to see him. He'll be right in. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Think about this. In 2006, $20,000 equaled roughly 33 ounces of gold at the spot price. At today's prices, those 33 ounces would be worth over $150,000. Smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals. That's why I buy gold from Birch Gold Group. It's a crucial part of my balanced strategy. Gives me peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you too. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold. Now that's peace of mind. Text Dan to 989898. Again, text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 today. Message and data rates apply.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Yikey Wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. The president is calling on European allies to help secure the Strait of Hormuz. That's the area that ships 20% of the world's oil. But Washington Congressman Adam Smith tells CNN he does not think that help will come.
We're not talking about just a couple of ships here. We're talking about a lot. Is the military capability there? But I don't think we get to that question, because I don't think the Europeans that we're at, they don't see this as their problem.
The war in Iran has sent average gas prices up 24 cents in a month nationally. Locally, KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun has been following those numbers.
The statewide average jumped another 4 cents overnight and could pass the $5 per gallon average this week. Prices are 29 cents higher than a week ago and 77 cents higher than a month ago.
The average in Washington is now $4.92 a gallon. The national average, $3.71. We're getting new details on Brandon Roy's departure from Garfield High School last September. Records and emails obtained by the Seattle Times suggest the three-time state champion coach and UW basketball legend was fired over alleged recruiting violations involving an NBA agent offering cash, an apartment, and a car to a student. Roy denies the allegations and disputes that he was fired. No comment from Seattle Public Schools. Two separate hit and runs left two people dead over the weekend. One happened early Sunday morning. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thomas.
With state troopers saying a driver hit a car with a 72-year-old woman inside at around 3:15 and then took off. That woman's car left in the middle of the road near South 200th Street, where it was then hit again by another vehicle. That woman sadly passing away at the scene, and the driver of the other car was hurt and taken to the hospital, while troopers are still looking for the initial driver causing the crash.
In Lewis County on Friday morning, a 66-year-old man was hit and killed while walking along Highway 12. That driver did not stop. On Wall Street, numbers are rebounding. The Dow up 412 points, S&P 500 up 70, and the NASDAQ up 280. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. In Canyon Park, northbound 405 at 527, road work continues to block your HOV lane. You're in about a mile and a half back up. Bellevue to Linwood has a 5-minute delay. If you're traveling through Seattle, South 5 looking great, wide open. North 5 just a brief backup at the Ship Canal Bridge, where two left lanes are blocked for Revive I-5. And in Puyallup, eastbound 512 with the ramp to northbound 167. Road work blocks the right lane, and you're now backed up to Meridian. And then northbound 167, that right lane is blocked up to 410, but 167's looking pretty good. This road work, by the way, continues till 2 o'clock. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. A warm afternoon in store. Mostly cloudy skies, 58 today, 55 and rainy Tuesday and Wednesday. Partly sunny Thursday and Friday with temps back up near 60. We're at 50 and mostly cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, everybody in sports media and local media, because this would be a huge local story here, are talking about this Sonics possibly coming back to town. The NBA talking about expanding by 2 teams. I'm going to welcome somebody onto the show now to help us break it all down. But before I do, I'm going to play some intro music for him that I thought would be fun, Spike, and you're going to recognize this immediately. Don't you miss this?
Horribly. I miss this so much. The lights, pageantry.
Everybody just get jacked up, excited. Just how I feel every time I see Luke Ducey walk into this room. Coming in now. Look how tall are you?
6'3".
You're not 6'3".
222 pounds.
6'3" and 3/4.
How tall are you, for real?
6'3" and 3/4.
You really 6'3" and 3/4?
Yeah.
I never thought you were taller.
I got an eye.
6'2".
I got an eye.
You're taller than I am?
So
You present as a much shorter man. I'm just kidding. No, you're very tall.
we can go back to back.
This got personal quick, didn't it?
We should go back to back. You're 6'3" and 3/4?
Used to be.
Can we
put me in
can we test this real fast?
My
Sure.
playing days.
Just do it. Let's do it on
Let's measure.
camera. Do it on
Measure.
camera.
Hold on. We'll
We'll
stand
do it on
behind
camera.
Spike. I think you're not as tall as me.
In the tantrum, swaying in at 145 pounds. Oh, my God. Yeah, okay.
Son of a gun. My hair is like fluffy.
You and a cup of coffee is as tall as that guy.
Good for you, Luke. You know what it is? Every time I see you, you're sitting down with your nose to the grindstone working on a story for us.
Exactly.
So I always thought you were 4'3", but you're 6'3".
And hunched.
Yeah.
Hunched at his job.
I could have been a contender. I could have been a contender.
Drink of water. Luke Ducey joins
Did you
us
say
now.
you used to be 6'3"?
Well, everybody shrinks with age.
Well, I did that. I did it. We talked about bobsledding one time in here. I swear I shrunk. They compressed me.
The G-forces.
Yeah, I need to be stretched out.
The state of Washington tried to tell me that I was 5'11" and 3/4.
What?
Yes.
How did they? What?
Well, because
Was Bob
because
Ferguson measuring you again?
Yeah, he came over at night. First he fixes my shoes, and then he measures me in my sleep for taxation purposes.
Sure.
I'm taxed by the foot
Taxed
now.
by the inch, yeah.
Yeah. No, they got one of those things on the wall like I'm shoplifting at a 7-Eleven, right?
Oh, okay.
How tall was he when he left? Well, he was way. They tried to tell me I shrank from 6 foot to 5'11" and 3/4, and this lady was seriously going to put 5'11" on my driver's license. And I can show you right now what my driver's license says, because it don't say 5'11".
It says, oh, hell no.
I said, lady, if that woman weighs 135 pounds, then I'm 5'11". Until then, shut up and put 6 foot.
Let me tell you what. You're absolutely right to do so. You got to fight for every inch. There's a big difference between 6'3", 6'2", and 6 foot and 5'11".
Yes,
That's
there
a
is.
massive
Yes, there is.
difference.
I've always been 6 foot.
Good for you. Yeah, you're 6 foot.
From birth.
All right.
My poor mother.
Bunch of tall men in here talking about even taller men playing in the NBA. Luke, are the Sonics coming back? What are the stipulations around the NBA expanding? Let's start with the fact that it can only be to Las Vegas and Seattle.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that they can vote on, right?
That's right. And it would be both. It wouldn't be like one or the other. We beat out Mexico City. Apparently, Mexico City was the third city on that list, but it's going to be Las Vegas, Seattle.
Did people know that it was Mexico
City? Yeah, the NBA's been trying to expand into an international league. You bet.
Yeah, and they're creating a European league as well. That's one of the things that we've kind of think we have in our favor because they're trying to expand the brand.
Europeans are short too.
Well, not all.
Some of them.
A lot of
some of them as tall as
6
foot 3 3/4.
Really?
Some of them.
I didn't know that.
So here's what's happening with this vote. Could happen next week. Looks like it will happen next week. This is just a way for the NBA to explore adding expansion teams. So it's kind of a formality vote based on research. And what I think it's like selling your house. Is the market ripe right now for selling? Are there buyers out there right now? How much would they be willing to pay? That's what the NBA is doing right here. So if 23 out of 30 owners vote yes next week, and they're supposed to have this Board of Governors meeting, that's what they call it. It's really just the owners that vote. That will kickstart a bidding process for the team. So then they can peel back the curtain, and then any group can come forward and say, hey, we're willing to pay this much. Well, we're collecting this much. And then the NBA can take a look and see, okay, is this something we want to continue doing, or do we want to roll this back?
But it has to be in either Seattle or Vegas. So a group couldn't come in, let's say, from Oklahoma and say, hey, you know what, we really want to invest in a team. I mean, they already have a team, obviously, and I use that on purpose.
We'd like a better team, so we'd like to steal a second team. If you could give Seattle a team.
Can we send the Thunder back?
Yeah, this is only for groups or one owner. I think you're hard-pressed to find one owner because the price tag, it looks like it's going to be between $7 and $10 billion.
Yeah, talk about that. That's a massive amount of amount of money.
It's a massive amount of money, considering like the Celtics last year were sold for $6 billion. So that's why everyone thinks that this is the moment in time, and sources are leaking this information that the owners are ready, because they're finding already, without officially pulling back the curtain, they're finding that there are people out there willing to spend up to $10 billion for a franchise in Seattle.
Here's a question for you. Two things it makes me think of. Seahawks are obviously exploring a sale right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have two very large investors stepping into the Seattle market in short order. So they have to really want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks are talking about selling for what, $8 million?
Something
I'm
like
sorry,
that's
$8 billion, $9 billion?
Yeah, $1 billion.
I
Yeah,
mean, the idea, that's a Super Bowl winning franchise. And the idea that you're now talking about an expansion team selling for north of that, to me seems crazy, that amount of money. When this whole thing was first being talked about, I thought the number was closer to $6 billion. Now they're talking $10 billion possibly. How can they justify that cost?
I think it's an investment. I think that as the NBA expands and they're really trying to expand their brand, like we mentioned, like creating a league in Europe, et cetera, and branching out internationally, and they're trying to find these new markets as well.
Sure.
I think more and more, because they're seeing in the last 5 years, a lot more private equity firms come into the league and buy up minority ownerships of teams. So there's an appetite for it, because it's like buying McDonald's, man. You're guaranteed if you do it right.
It's a good investment.
Yeah, people are going to come and they're going to. So here's the other deal with that. So it's Las Vegas, Seattle, and they want to know who would buy for either city, but obviously because of tax reasons and everything else, millionaires tax, et cetera. You've got Las Vegas as an option, but if you don't get into that ownership group and try to buy that, then you've got Seattle as an option, and then you got nothing. Think about that. Then you've got nothing. And the average money that NBA franchises bring home, the highest was like the Golden State Warriors, I think last year, about $800 million is what they brought in last year alone. The average is about $400 million per franchise they bring in. So think about the worst teams in the NBA as well on that scale. So an average of $400 million is what your franchise is going to make every year. Make, not lose, but make. It's one of those investments it's guaranteed. So if you've got a group of private equity firms and individual owners, you could imagine they would go for it.
The other thing to think about too for these owners, I mean, we think $10 billion sounds like a lot of money, because it is. It's a massive amount of money. But the last time that the NBA opened up its doors to expand was 2004. That's 22 years ago. So if you want to be part of this very, very exclusive ownership group, if you're talking about like major sports, there's 4 major sports in the United States?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And to be an owner in one of those premier sports, it doesn't come around very often. And then when people have teams, they hold on to them.
This is the last round. I'm telling you, 32 is the max. Getting to 32 NBA teams, there are 32 NFL teams.
Yeah.
That's you can't go past that.
Yeah, there must be a reason there's 32. It must be,
you
like
can't
the
go past
markets
that.
can't.
It breaks down into 4 groups of 4. It really plays out nice, even for scheduling. You can't go beyond 30. This is it.
Yeah, you have to think it's obviously not a closed door. They could choose to open it back up, but I think you're right. There's a reason why there's 32 NFL teams, and there's nobody who's better at making money on their brand than the NFL.
And there's really no way to make it fair across distribution across the way you cut the
teams.
Right. And who's going to go to 40-some?
Yeah.
Or 40 or more? You're not going to do it.
Remember, the Portland Trailblazers are up for sale as well, so that's kind of interesting. When you think about who's out there that could buy a team for this much, there are only about 400-some people in the world who have could buy a team outright for that amount of money.
And then it's ownership groups after that.
Totally, but whoever's going to buy this team, again, just like the Seahawks, we talked about this, they're going to write a massive check because they have to pony up. They can only finance, I should say, 30% of the purchase price. The rest you got to pay cash.
Which again, for a ticket or a sale price of between $7 and $10 billion, you're not talking about you're really just talking about tech billionaires. If you can only finance 30% of it, which is why Polymarket right now has the number one guy who's likely to buy the team is Jeff Bezos. But who knows if that's going to end up, maybe
Miami's already got a team. We're good. We're safe there. We're safe
you're
there.
right. You're right. And he just left. Maybe he wants to ingratiate himself with the Seattle market. Who knows? It's also interesting. I didn't even think about it from a tiered perspective where you'd want to invest. Is Las Vegas the preferable place to have your team over
absolutely.
Seattle?
I think Las Vegas has proven that they're the money model. You invest in that
tax-wise,
team,
entertainment-wise.
Oh, absolutely. It's Vegas but Seattle is also we're ready. We have the infrastructure ready, the stadium, we got the fan base. I think it's like a plug and play here. I think the NBA knows that people would go. They would buy this stuff up. They would buy
100%.
jerseys. They would buy, and you know what jersey they might buy? Think about this, because if this happens really quick on the fast track, it'd be 2028. Kevin Durant will be a free agent. He'll be 40 years old.
Oh, that'd be fun.
He'll be on the downside of his career. He
Finish
started
his career where he started.
as a Sonic, and he ends his career.
And
as a
since
Sonic.
they own the green and gold and they own the Sonic name, I don't have to buy a new jersey.
That's
I
right.
can dig out my Durant jersey.
Could Kevin Durant be a minority owner and be an owner player?
Why not?
Why not? How cool would that be?
There's already talk LeBron James investing in a Las Vegas team. So
amazing. I'd rather have Kevin Durant.
I would too.
Are we looking 28, 29? Is that kind of what their target is?
28-29. If this goes fast track.
Yeah. They could also vote to just say, nah.
We're good now. They could roll it back and say, okay, we tested it. We're not doing it.
All the owners don't want to share.
But here's the deal. They want Las Vegas. They want a team in Las Vegas. It works. NFL
Seattle,
moved there.
unfortunately, is the
NHL.
ugly sister who's coming along on the date.
However we
That's
have
what
to
they
make
are.
We're the duff.
We are the duff. However we have to make it work, man.
All right, I'm going to go with you, Las Vegas, but you got to be like me, bring my ugly friend.
Kind of hurts.
Well, it's true. And doesn't it
I'm still going.
And you know what? It
You're still
feels
gonna
true,
be
doesn't it?
there.
I'm still going. Yeah,
That's get to see the show.
Yeah. But everybody wants to go home with Vegas. Nobody wants to go home with Seattle. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Luke Ducey, thanks for coming
There's
in.
someone
man.
for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother, and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Right now, get a free furnace with the purchase of a premium heat pump and air cleaning package at CM Heating. Start today with an always free estimate. There's no beating CM Heating for heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical. Go to cmheating.com.
Aetna was there for me as I was going through a rough medical patch this year. I had peace of mind, which helped with my healing.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with the latest in online tools for easier access to healthcare. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
John Curley here. Did you know that a new Lennox heat pump is a smart choice for total home comfort? That's right. One heat pump does the work of a furnace and air conditioner. And if your system's over 12 years old, it's on borrowed time and could be costing you up to 20% more than today's ultra-efficient models. Get Lennox heating and cooling for the price of AC. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the comfort people. HomeComfortAlliance.com. The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that could make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right. Tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits and other investment income. Charlie Harger here. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 206-210-1350. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be 6 figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we talked about a ski rescue recently. An amazing story. We had this on Friday. Was this just Friday we had this?
It was earlier in the week, I believe, because we
maybe
covered
Thursday, whatever.
We covered it in Friday
It was
favorites.
my Friday favorite,
Yeah,
but it was a
Gotcha.
Monday story, and the accident was the week prior.
Gotcha. There was a guy up at Stevens Pass, and he went down the backside of the mountain, Big Chief. He got caught in an avalanche. He went under the snow for 4 hours. His wife only found him because she had been watching his Find My iPhone, and he stopped moving. She calls up to the to Stevens Pass, and she says, "Hey, my husband's up there," but she can't reach them initially because
So she drove to Stevens Pass.
So she
Because
ends up,
she got voicemail
Yeah.
everywhere she went.
So she ends up driving up there. On the way, she ends up getting through to somebody. They meet her at the mountain, and within 20 minutes, using her phone, they find where he's at and save his life. And now he's recovering, and an amazing story.
There's another rescue story from Snoqualmie this time.
Yes.
And it's a much more traditional method and madness, because this wasn't a backcountry or an off-country skier. This was someone who was just coming down
fresh powder,
relatively safe, groomed slopes of heavily trafficked runs at Snoqualmie Pass. The problem is they got 6 feet of snow in the last week. And what happened was a professional skier who was out filming runs for the resort. He was taking his 3rd run of the day. The first run since
She's wearing one of those chest cameras.
Yeah,
you see
exactly,
people wearing those
exactly.
GoPros.
And he's shooting footage for marketing purposes or whatever it may be. And he had taken his 3rd run, but it was the first run since the chairs have been opened to the public. And he's coming down, and he sees
a pair of skis kicking up,
a pair of legs in the snow,
almost like a
cartoon.
A cartoon.
Totally. But he's experienced skier. He knows what that means. He knows that when you are under snow,
There should be a body on those legs.
Yeah, there should be some arms. If somebody's in distress, to see some arms waving. I can't see arms. That means the arms and the head.
Where's the head?
Are under the snow.
I'm not a professional skier, but I realize that most legs are attached to a body.
Yeah,
and that body is not visible, probably under the snow.
And the body's what touches the mountain.
Yes.
Not the arms and head.
So
look, and we got some
we're
video.
We're going to play you
provided.
some audio here. What's crazy, though, is in this video, you can see as he's skiing up to this guy, and you're going to hear him here, other skiers are skiing past him as if nothing is wrong. And I was trying to put myself in their situation. If you're skiing down the slope and down the mountain, because it's not a scary area, it's not even a steep area,
no.
and you see somebody head first and you just see legs and skis kicking out behind you, are you going to stop? Would you have stopped? He does. Listen to his reaction. This is amazing.
This guy okay?
He asked people who are not stopping.
Yeah. Now he's trying to dig him out. He's trying to pull him out.
He said,
"You okay?" No.
He's not getting a thumbs up. All you see is this guy's feet. And now he's got a hand, and he's dug down to the skier's face.
You okay? You okay?
Yeah.
Take your skis off. Take a minute.
Lay there, get your breath.
Holy dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. He
says
says
4 feet of snow this guy was face down in. And
this would be terrifying.
And it was a groomed area, but there was so much new snow. The guy was following a snowboarder. The skier in distress was following a snowboarder down the hill. The snowboarder made a quick turn. This guy was unable to and fell, and literally just falling.
Just face forward.
Face forward, 4 feet deep of 40 inches of snow. 4 feet of snow he's underneath of.
Can you imagine what it would feel like? Because you're aware, you know that when you're face down, and when this Ian Deans, he's a professional skier who we hear they're digging the guy out. He's reaching down. He's digging the guy out. He can't move. You can see that the guy can't move, but his legs are kicking. So you know that your legs are above the snow. And so you're probably trying to, like, in your head, in the chaos of thinking my life's about to end, when half of my body is sticking up above the snow. There's no way he would have survived that. If he couldn't have gotten out, it didn't look like he was even close to getting out. He can't breathe under there.
He can't free himself when he's upside down in 4 feet of snow. And Ian, the gentleman the professional who saved
Ian
his
Deans.
life, under it's water. It might be snow, but it's water. Underwater means you can't breathe, and this guy was literally.
And you got one of the ski face masks on,
right? And
so
you can't get to it. Your hands are also deep.
You're blocked.
Yeah.
And you can hear when that guy gets pulled out there. You can hear his.
That's the second life-saving rescue on this mountain.
That's amazing.
And we bring you this story because this wasn't a backcountry skier. This wasn't an expert. This was a regular guy in too much fresh snow.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go skiing, please, they say, always ski with someone. Stay within sight or sound of someone that you ski with, or someone if you're skiing alone. Don't get so far afield of anybody else that people will ski right by your legs in the air.
It's crazy as people were just skiing by him.
That's mind-boggling.
There's got to be some universal thing that somebody can do. Like I'm not saying this as a joke, but like you click your heels together, and somebody goes like, "Oh, he's
if you're okay, click your heels 3 times."
No, if you're not okay, click your heels. Okay. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're gonna be right back.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Think about this. In 2006, $20,000 equaled roughly 33 ounces of gold at the spot price. At today's prices, those 33 ounces would be worth over $150,000. Smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals. That's why I buy gold from Birch Gold Group. It's a crucial part of my balanced strategy. Gives me peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you, too. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold. Now that's peace of mind. Text Dan to 989898. Again, text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 today. Message and data rates apply.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Staples has hot deals on everything for your business, like up to $125 off your print order. Ends 4/18, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. It's just days away from spring, but in the upper Midwest, you wouldn't know it with heavy snow and high wind. CBS's Jim Crisula.
A massive weather system that brought rare mid-March blizzard warnings across the plains and upper Midwest is generating severe storms along the East Coast. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
When there's high winds, there is likelihood of downed trees and down power lines.
Storms have left tens of thousands without power and caused scores of airline cancellations and delays. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Extreme heat warnings have been issued for Southern California, Las Vegas, and Phoenix. The Kennedy Center's board of directors, headed by President Trump, has voted to shut down operations for 2 years following the summer's July 4th celebrations. It comes after numerous resignations and cancellations, although President Trump cites the need for repairs. The president puts out the help wanted sign in his effort to keep the Strait of Hormuz open.
The president stepped up the pressure on U.S. allies and said he expected them to help secure shipping in the strait.
We strongly encourage the other nations to get involved with us and get involved quickly and with great enthusiasm.
He said he has talked with French President Macron and believes he is on board.
On a scale of 0 to 10, I'd say he's been an 8.
He said he also thinks Britain would be involved as well. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Travelers at some of the nation's busiest airports are again experiencing long lines at security checkpoints as unpaid TSA employees are calling in sick or quitting. Congress remains deadlocked on funding the Homeland Security Department as Democrats demand an agreement on changes to immigration enforcement. CBS's Mark Strassman in Atlanta's airport.
Wait times have been as long as 2.5 hours. Lots of passengers snaking through the airport. There's a separate security checkpoint that has been closed because so few TSA agents showed up. And as those agents worry about missing their paychecks, these passengers worry about missing their flights.
A tense exchange unfolded earlier at Austin Bergstrom Airport between Democrat Congressman Greg Casar and Republican Senator John Cornyn as the GOP senator arrived to deliver burgers to TSA agents who were working without pay. Congressman Casar told reporters,
instead of bringing people burgers, you should bring them their paychecks, which involves funding TSA. He's refused to fund TSA, so he's bringing them burgers. He's over here talking about funding ICE.
Senator Cornyn suggested Casar tell his fellow Democrats to vote to pay TSA workers. On Wall Street, stocks closed up. The Dow jumped 388 points. This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here? How is this possible? Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60 Minutes.
The Skycomish teacher accused of rape made a court appearance this morning. Details straight ahead. First, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. In Canyon Park, roadwork just wrapped up northbound 405 and 527. Those earlier backups have cleared out as well. We're also all clear south 5 heading into downtown Seattle. North 5 got about a mile and a half backup now approaching that Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on 8 minutes to get through this. Roadwork in Puyallup blocks the right lane eastbound 512 at the ramp to northbound 167. This road work goes through 2 o'clock, and right now we're looking at scattered backups starting at Meridian. Nisqually, traffic comes to screeching halt north 5 at the Nisqually River Bridge. No report yet from WashDOT on what's happening, but there is a 3-mile bumper-to-bumper backup starting at Marvin Road. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports, and that's the latest here at KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A former Skycomish teacher accused of raping a student pleaded not guilty in court this morning. KIRO 7's TD Sun has more.
62-year-old Daniel Lee Bubar was a teacher at Skycomish K-12 school. Prosecutors say they uncovered a disturbing series of emails going back more than a year and illicit gifts that were given to the girl. Investigators believe the grooming started when she was in the 7th grade. Court documents say when police showed up, he told officers he was guilty and said, "Put me in jail, please."
Bubar is due back in court on March 31st. Our state has suffered its first casualty of the Iran war. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports.
31-year-old Air Force Captain Ariana Savino of Covington died March 12th. A KC-135 refueling plane crashed in western Iraq, killing her and 5 others. She earned her Air Force commission through the Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps program at Central Washington University. She graduated in 2017 with a degree in aviation management. During her military career, Savino earned an Air Medal and an Air and Space Commendation Medal. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Investigators are still trying to figure out how a woman's car ended up in Lake Isabella near Shelton on Sunday afternoon. Casey Smith lives nearby and jumped in the lake to help.
The gentleman that reported it was standing right here, and he just started yelling at me that there's people out there drowning. There's people out there drowning. And I was like, what? And so I jumped out of my truck and I looked and I saw 3 bodies floating.
He pulled one child out of the water. Responders got the mom and another child out. We're not sure of their condition. Costco plans to pass on any tariff refunds to customers through lower prices. They're suing the federal government to recoup costs after the Supreme Court struck down most of the president's original global tariffs. Costco CEO tells the Business Journal they've already lowered prices on items where the import taxes have been reduced. And now your KIRO News Radio weather, mostly cloudy today, 58 this afternoon. The rest of the week looks rainy Tuesday and Wednesday, and then partly cloudy Thursday and Friday with warm temperatures all week. 50 and cloudy over downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Lots of stuff to get to. Let's jump right into it, Spike. First off, if you guys want to participate in any of these conversations, you can text us, 888-973-5476. That is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. We get a lot of our ideas from you guys. You send us a lot of good stuff. Also, text messages late in the show. We read the best of the best. And so get those in early and often. 888-973-5476. Spike, I saw this story. It was very interesting, as I often find his stories very interesting. Charlie Harger has this piece on mynorthwest.com about, governor. About Mayor Katie Wilson.
You turn around 3 times, spit, and
I'm sorry.
Yeah, tempt the fates.
Katie Wilson, Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson. He has this piece, and the headline is, Katie Wilson keeps making announcements but leaves before questions, which is an interesting thing to do. She is talking a lot about things that she wants. Last week it was a new levy for the library system.
Library levy, yeah.
Which you and I talked about at length. And
$415 million.
Yeah, we were wondering, like, okay, where does that money go? Right. And then you and I walked through some of the budgetary aspects of it and where they were actually proposing the money. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, all right, $415 million. The big giant skyscraper glass house, it's not skyscraper, I realize, but the big giant showboat library
the downtown main Seattle branch, yeah.
It's $160 million to build, $280 with inflation, so maybe they're going to build a brand new giant big building. They're not building anything.
A couple books and a couple computers and a couple guards.
Extend the hours.
Yeah, a couple more hours.
They're going to have. They want double the money they've gotten in years past for extended hours. I don't get that, but whatever. I'm not in government.
But before that, it was the housing,
the homelessness stuff.
You know that the mayor was promoting, and what she's doing is she's coming out to be interactive with the public, to let people know what the agenda is of this new administration, and then she doesn't take questions.
She's not being interactive with the public.
Well,
she's standing in front of the public.
She's issuing proclamations from on high.
Yes.
Down to the peoples. They fall upon us.
Yes.
Like dictums from above.
Well, Charlie points that out. He goes, when she first was elected, so when she was mayor-elect, she sat down with John Curley, and he asked her some questions that she probably didn't want to get asked, but still was in the hot seat and had to answer them. And you assume that when somebody gets into public office, they're not just the mayor for people who voted for them. They're the mayor for everybody. And
bingo.
She has to be able to answer questions. All of our lawmakers should be able to answer questions from both sides. And Charlie points out, he goes, that was a really good thing to do. She did the right thing when she started off. But obviously something changed, because since then she has not been sitting down for interviews with people who might find themselves asking different questions that she wants to be asked.
Well, when you hold a press conference, by definition, a conference is an interactive.
Traditionally,
James Lynch we sent our own James Lynch down to this last press conference.
The homelessness.
The homelessness. It wasn't. Yeah. But then the mayor left without taking any questions. And it's one thing to, if you're just going to make statements, then don't waste the media's time. That's not what it's about, though. It's about the inability to field questions, or the unwillingness to field questions. When James brought that story back to us, we kind of postulated, is it because the mayor is not a fast on her feet improvisational, go with the flow conversationalist, or
didn't she get her start in improvisation? She seems hilarious to me.
And now you want a loaf of bread? What?
She tells this hilarious story about how her husband wants to bake bread and doesn't have a job. Right. It's so funny.
Is it
I'm joking, but
is it because she's not versed enough on the nuances and variety of the topics that the city cares about? I think she's getting counsel from her advisors.
Obviously, it's counsel
to not take questions. Don't put yourself in a position where we'll have to backpedal.
Well,
don't do more harm than good by taking questions from the media.
Yeah, they don't want somebody to expose a weakness in her plan, possibly, because somebody highlights, they say, all right, well, hey, it's great that you want everybody to have a house. How are you going to pay for this?
Right.
How are you going to pay for any of these things? And, it's great that you want a bunch of extra library hours, but how quick question, how are you going to pay for any of this stuff?
It's great you want people off the streets, but what do you do for families who need assistance in their housing situations when you subject them to the horrors of a no barrier housing policy?
Yeah, like when you have somebody who's going to suddenly be neighbors with a fentanyl addict, is that going to have any negative impacts on the family? You've got raise kids there,
right? And you're looking for that's a safe place for them, but not anymore, because you've got all hell breaking loose in the hallways.
Okay, I'm starting to understand why she's not answering questions.
Right. So the question then becomes, what's it going to take for the mayor to get up to speed?
Yeah.
Or how long? Conversely, how long is the city going to tolerate a mayor who doesn't interact with
indefinitely.
the public?
No, they don't care.
Really?
Yeah, they don't care. They absolutely don't care. Because
I wish I could argue with you, but I don't. I think you're spot on.
Yeah, no, it's clear that if it were an issue for them, then it would be more of an issue. She'll sit down for interviews. Charlie points out, he goes,
it is still fresh though. She's still fresh. She's a fresh young mayor. She's a mayorling.
Yeah,
if I may coin a phrase. She's just got her legs under her.
Well, here's the thing. Charlie points this out. I'm going to read a little bit of this piece here, and you guys go check it out at My Northwest. And if you disagree with this, please let us know on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. Charlie says, she does sit down for occasional interviews, Cascade PBS, KNKX, polished studio conversations with plenty of time to walk through her agenda and frame things her way. Both outlets serve audiences that tend to share her worldview. The follow-up questions are gentle. Nobody's going to ask her why she slipped out before Scholes finished his remarks. That's a fine way to communicate a vision. It's not accountability. The difference shows up in the big moments after the big public announcements, when reporters are in the room with specific questions about specific numbers and specific plans. Those are the moments that keep going sideways. Just like you rightly pointed out, James Lynch, when he gets called down there to this homeless thing, that they say, hey, we're doing a big homeless press conference. We want everybody to come down, cover the mayor's stuff. They want the press as long as it's press that they want. They don't want press that's not the press that they don't want press to come in and ask questions.
Well, the mayor can hit softballs. The mayor can't hit fast pitch.
Well,
is that right? Because she's doing these interviews where these soft follow-ups. She's doing those.
Yeah.
She's doing friendly confine interviews.
Yeah.
But she can't hit the curveball. And how long do we keep sending the mayor out there before we,
I think these are the inner conversations that her people are having with her. They're going like, hey, you know what? Because people don't really, like, nobody loudly is caring. Like, there are a bunch of local media outlets that could be asking questions that don't seem to care. We seem to care. And we think it's a good idea that you'd be able to answer questions on both sides of a topic. Well, then explain your point of view.
Sure.
But all the other local news organizations, if they're not pounding down the doors and saying, hey, you know what? You owe us an explanation on this. We need to do our jobs. We need to serve our listeners. If they're not pushing back and they're basically just like rah-rahing everything that she does, then they're making a calculated move that they don't have to answer these questions. They're probably right.
Well, it's also a move being made by a relatively inexperienced staff as well. See, when you look at the people the mayor put around her as her new administration was being built.
But isn't the deputy mayor, isn't he like a guy who's been there for 20 years? I mean, like, she is surrounded by people who also have like deep ties to local politics.
Not with her press people, not with her PR people. She's not. I would venture to guess that telling the mayor to go out there and not take any questions is not a savvy move from a public information standpoint.
I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree, but I understand why they're doing it.
So it's a matter of
they're not going to pay any political price for it, though. Is my point.
Yeah, you might be right. Well, for now.
For now.
We're still on a honeymoon.
Yeah, for now.
But if it doesn't get better soon. To Charlie's point, man, the city deserves answers.
Yeah.
These are serious issues that need serious solutions. And to find out what the mayor's intent is, we got to be able to ask the questions.
When you're asking people when you say you want to raise taxes, you want to have a new levy for $500 million for a library system.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are well within their rights to say, well, what's the money going to be for? And like you pointed out, they're doing, what is it, like a $2.5 million to promote DEI or something?
Well, yeah, for acceptance and inclusion, to promote acceptance and inclusion. Isn't that a cute sign off the printer stapled up into the coffee room?
Yes, you pointed that out. Like,
hey,
you already have a stack of paper.
Be nice to people.
Print whatever you want.
Don't be a D-bag to folks. Be nice.
$2.5 million, you got to sign a thing?
Yeah.
I mean, these are the prices that people go scratch their heads at. And it doesn't make any sense.
And the library's an easy one, I think. It's a part of the problems this city faces. I'm not saying they got the best answer here. I'm just saying this is a low impact problem.
Here's another one. From one price to another. I'm scratching my head on this one. I do not understand this one. Seattle Times has this piece on the Seattle Center wanting to expand. They've been talking about reinvigorating the Seattle Center. Right now, it's basically just a corpse, and they'd like it to be a living corpse. And so they want to try to get people down there.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Obviously.
No, I hear you.
It's a big piece of real estate. Either use it or lose it.
Right. Exactly.
If you're not going to figure out how to get people down there, like when I was a young man and I was in the NBA as a ball boy, when I would go through the Seattle Center, even back then, it was pretty dead.
Mm-hmm.
I never had to worry, though, about my safety. That was never a thing that I was worried about.
Was this late 90s, early 2000s?
This would have been early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that was always, but there was always stuff to do. There was always, things were still open, and there was, but even back then, and that's 20 years ago now, it was already kind of a passé thing. It wasn't what it was in the 1980s and 90s.
No, I moved here at the end of the Fun Forest.
Yes.
The amusement park that is now where Mopops or whatever it is.
I remember the Fun Forest.
Right? So, and now that Seattle Memorial Stadium is no mas, right? So is it time to either scrap it and piece it out, or is it still enough of a heartbeat of, it's not even downtown Seattle. I mean, it's...
No.
That's the questions they're being asked. Now they expected renovations to be less than $1 million. Now they're saying it's between 1.3 and 1.5.
Less than $1 billion.
Yeah. $1 billion. I'm sorry. I get used to the B word. It's a whole new brave era.
It's a lot of money. Now they want to raise that. They originally estimates, again, like you said, around $1 billion, and now they're saying, executive director of Seattle Center Foundation, Rob Johnson, he's saying that they want a bond measure on this fall's ballot to raise between $1.3 and $1.5 billion to upgrade Seattle Center.
So it's a go big or go home, right? That's where we're at with this.
Yeah, but that's a massive investment at a time.
But half measures avail us nothing, to quote my good friends in recovery, right? Do you go half in and let it just, limp to the finish line until you just finally pull the plug? Or do you have a major investment that makes it could be a cash cow? If you invest wisely and put the kind of amenities and draws in there.
Here's my question, though. All of the news stories that we're talking about. We started the show today talking about the bagel shop that's leaving.
Bagels.
Now, why are they leaving? Probably foot traffic down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We talked on Friday with John Scholes, who's Downtown Seattle Association president. And what is he seeing from businesses in Seattle? They're leaving to Bellevue because it's too expensive here. People don't want to start business here. And he wants to see them back here. He goes, hey, we got great infrastructure, we got great people, all these different things. But the city is very expensive. And so they're not going to build businesses in long term here. And businesses are the reason that people come to downtown Seattle. They need to have something to see and to do.
Yeah.
And Seattle Center, if you're asking taxpayers to invest $1.5 billion.
Well, they're not. They put a bagel. Not putting a bagel shop in there for $1.5 billion. No disrespect to my bagel friends. God love you.
That'd be a big.
But if you look around the periphery of Seattle Center nowadays, what do you see more than anything else?
Homeless people?
No, yeah, I love you. You're fun. You see residential places, lots and lots and lots of new residential, lots and lots with first floor retail, right? We talked about oftentimes about these micro communities, these non-transit, self-sustaining little pockets of civilization. Maybe that's what the Seattle Center could be. That's what Northgate's turning into. They're going to take all that parking lot space around Northgate. It's all going to be now affordable housing, so kind of split use housing with retail, with amenities, with grocers. Maybe that's what they envision Seattle Center to be.
Can I pop this balloon for a second in something that I do not understand?
You know how I love having my dreams. Just go ahead.
I understand everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
And it makes sense in an ideal world where Seattle is a different city than it is today.
Back when we had a surplus, you mean?
Seattle used to be just a different city. Like they had different priorities. They wanted to keep people safe. They wanted to make sure. Like Seattle used to be a little bit more like Bellevue is now, where it was a pretty clean city. It wasn't always the best, but like it didn't feel unsafe. If they're not going to get ahead of those things, I don't see how you can ask people for $1.5 billion for something like Seattle Center. I'm going to throw
That's fair.
Let me throw some numbers at you because I was shocked by this. I was in my head. I'm like, $1.5 billion. Jeez Louise, that's a lot of money. How much did Seattle Center originally cost? Do you want to take some guesses? This will be a fun
game. This was 1960?
1956.
56 when they started?
They did a bond measure approved by voters. So they went to the voters and said, hey, we'd like you guys to approve a bond so that we can develop this area into a central hub where we will then eventually have the Seattle World's Fair, which is, I think, 62?
62 World's Fair.
All right, so we're going to have this. So we already have big plans for it, but we need money for it. Seattle doesn't even have really that to look forward to. It's not like you have this big, massive thing in 5 years.
Okay.
It's going to be at the center of the world stage. So in 1956, they approve a bond measure. The entire development of all of Seattle Center, do you know how much it cost?
The average home then cost, what, $3,000 maybe?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
$50 million.
$7.5 million. Wow. $7.5 million.
Wow.
In 1956, to create the Civic Center, $2.9 million the city and state spent to develop the Coliseum, which is now, like you said, gone, right? Isn't it now the
Coliseum? Well, the Coliseum's now Climate Pledge.
Yes, now Climate Pledge.
Yeah, but Memorial Stadium's gone.
Memorial Stadium, all that stuff. Fun Forest,
right? Gone.
$1 million. These are all these are like 1950s figures,
right?
They made a further investment in 1999 of $135 million for major renovations. That was approved in 1999. But if you were to update those dollars for what those dollars are today, $7.5 million from 1956.
That's the number one. Yeah.
$60 million today.
Okay, and now you're talking 1.6.
And now you're talking $1.5 billion. And you just have to ask yourself, it's too much money. It's too much money. $1 billion is too much money. Like if I'm running a city, if I'm Katie Wilson, and she wants to make an impact, she's not going to do this, but maybe she does. I don't know. She might surprise you. If somebody comes up to me and says, hey, why don't we ask voters for $1.5 billion? Even as I'm saying it, she'll probably just say yes, because she's asking for half that, or a third of that amount for libraries to keep them open extended hours. So, okay, this is not Katie Wilson. This is somebody else. Somebody says, we want to spend $1.5 billion. And then you go, well, wouldn't that be $60 million in original 1957 dollars in today's dollars? What are we spending the extra $1.4 billion on? Like, what is all the extra money for? Isn't there a way to do this cheaper and make it better for people and not require them to give so much of their money for something they likely not going to use? Why are we spending so much money? Not we. I don't live in Seattle.
No, I hear you. But so again, you ask a question: Do you do it half rear-ended? I'm trying to be careful. I'm not no longer on rock radio.
Sure.
Do you half tail it, or do you go all in? You know, go big or go home. Well, if you say you make it a half that, right? $750 million.
Still a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but what's it going to do? Is it going to make anything? Is it going to make it any different than it is today with regards of drawing people in? At 1.5, maybe it's 1.3. Can you make it enough of an attraction, enough of a center of life?
Yeah.
To accommodate the need for more. There's going to be more housing around there. They're not making shorter buildings anytime they take something down. You know, can you make that 1.5 investment into Seattle Center, enough of a vibrant heartbeat of a community to get it done right.
Is this even I don't even know if this is possible. Here might be my suggestion. I would spend $0. I would go out and I would spend $0. And instead, as the person who's trying to get this done, as the mayor or whatever, as a big giant win for the city, I would go in and make some sort of a financial agreement with a massive tech investor who wants to be good with the community. $1.5 billion for these people is almost nothing. I mean, you talk about somebody like a Musk or a Bezos,
right?
Who that's 2 days of swings, downswings.
No, you're right. That's a glip in the market.
I would go to them and I would say, hey, here's the deal. We really want this new Seattle Center, but we don't want people to pay for it. And I instead am hoping that you're willing to make a massive cash donation, or to somebody like Bill Gates who wants to like rehabilitate his image. Can you give us $1.5 billion? We're going to put gates everywhere. We're going to put the name everywhere. It's going to be like the Gates Center.
Everything will be a gate. Everywhere you go. It's kind of a theme.
There'll be a million gates. That are always open because we love people.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't ask anything of the taxpayers. Everybody gets what they want. The billionaire doesn't care about the money. Why not just,
you're right. It's probably goodwill PR.
It's goodwill PR.
Promotional consideration.
100%. Go to any one of these massive companies that's trying to like ingratiate themselves with Seattle before they all leave.
The whole place is built out of windows and gates. Every building, windows and gates.
And everywhere you go in, the artwork changes based on your preferences. That's a lot of CD-ROMs.
No, I think you might be onto something. Let the private sector solve this problem.
Stop asking people for money. It's crazy. It's so much money. It's like, keep it simple, stupid. Stop spending money. Oh, it drives me nuts. Honestly, I have a passion for not spending other people's money.
What if you just made it a big library? You could have killed two birds.
Make it a giant library. Perfect. Spike has solved our problems. Genius. That's not a bad idea. Free books for everybody. All right, we talking Oscars next? You want to talk about the Oscars?
Yes, I watched it. I watched it twice.
You watched it twice?
I swear to you. You came in, I didn't watch it. I bet nobody else did. I'm like, I watched it for you.
I'm literally watching it right now. Yeah, all right, we're going to talk about a lot of big moments last night people are all chatting about, so we will too. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
High five. Up top. Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gordon Christensen, and if you're a dentist as I am, or you know a dentist, please take a moment to listen. When I became a dentist, I learned how quickly poor oral health can lead to other serious health problems. And for people without access to care, these problems can spiral very quickly. I wanted to help, but I wasn't sure how I could until I joined Dental Lifeline Network. It's a nonprofit that has helped us literally change the lives of people in our communities. DLN asked dentists to volunteer to see just one of the many patients in need in your area. It's very simple. DLN screens those in need and coordinates an initial appointment that takes place in the comfort of the dentist's own office and on their schedule. Right now, there's a wait list for patients in need in your community. I'm asking fellow dentists who will join me in seeing one patient per year.
Learn more about Dental Lifeline Network at willyouseeone.org. That's willyouseeone.org.
If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a hero. We're giving free consultations via phone and Zoom. Go to DUIHeroes.com or call 1-800-DUI-HERO.
We're human and we make mistakes. If you need someone by your side during a challenging time, DUI Heroes is there for you 24/7. They're excellent at what they do. DUI Heroes averages 90% of all DUI offenses they take on being reduced or completely dismissed. Your DUI defense specialist, DUIHeroes.com.
Your local volunteer fire department routinely answers the call, whether it be a fire, traffic accident, or a cat stuck in a tree. But because of declines in memberships, departments have become understaffed. Your local volunteer fire department desperately needs you. Can you direct traffic, install a smoke alarm, help at a fundraiser? No matter what skills you have, you can make a difference. You don't have to fight fire to be a volunteer. Will you answer the call? For more information on how you can help, visit the Volunteer Firefighter Alliance at supportvfa.org.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started bagging up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. President Trump now calling on European allies to help secure the Strait of Hormuz, that critical passageway for about a fifth of the world's crude oil supply.
We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the strait far more than ours. You know, we get less than 1% of our oil from the strait.
Iran has been attacking oil tankers in the strait, disrupting global exports and also raising energy costs worldwide. Washington Congressman Adam Smith telling CNN he does not think help will come from our allies.
Because I don't think the Europeans that we're at, they don't see this as their problem.
The war in Iran has sent average gas prices up 24 cents in a month nationally. Meantime, our state is mourning the loss of a service member from Covington who was killed in the war. Pentagon says 31-year-old Air Force Captain Ariana Savino died March 12th when a refueling plane crashed in western Iraq. 5 other airmen were also killed in that crash. It remains under investigation. And we turn now to the closing bell reports as property values are going down in King County. Property tax bills are going up for some homeowners. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay explains why.
King County Chief Appraiser Jim Hall tells the Seattle Times this is happening because of the lag between home value assessments and the property tax bills. Under state law, the county assessor's office estimates a home's value on January 1st of the year before taxes on it are due. In other words, taxes due in 2026 are based on a home's value on New Year's Day of 2025. Well, back then, a lot of these home values were going up, but now some of those same homes are worth less. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
At the closing bell today, stocks gained as the price of oil dropped below $100 a barrel. The Dow up 388, NASDAQ gained 269, S&P 500 up 67 points. And now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thank you, Aaron. Let's start if you're heading up toward Tiger Mountain, eastbound 18. All lanes of eastbound 18 are closed right there at Issaquah Hobart Road due to debris. Looks like maybe some trees are down. Drivers are being directed off the highway at Issaquah Hobart Road exit. Right now, there's a mile bumper-to-bumper backup. No estimated time to reopen this. Here in Seattle, we continue to look good. In fact, South 5 remains wide open. North 5, a brief 1 mile backup approaching that Ship Canal Bridge Revive I-5 work. Plan on about 7 minutes to get through this. Nisqually, turns out WashDOT crews were repairing a pothole North 5 at the Nisqually River Bridge. Since our last report, they have repaired it, and that earlier backup is also cleared out. We still have road work in Puyallup. The right lane on eastbound 512 is blocked at your ramp to northbound 167. This is scheduled for about another half hour till 2 o'clock, and right now we've got a pretty thick backup starting at Meridian. Outside of this, we've got a wide open map. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Light showers today and rain for the week. Highs will be in the mid-50s. Right now, 51 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Last night was the 98th Annual Academy Awards. Spike watched it twice. He loved it so much, he watched it twice.
I did, and I should clarify that a little bit because the first time it was on, it starts, 5 o'clock, I think it was.
Okay.
And,
Did you watch all the red carpet stuff, too?
No, I don't care about that. Yeah. My family put it on as I was getting dinner ready. We have family, again, in town.
Sure.
So I'm prepping dinner. I'm putting dinner on the table. We pause it, yada, yada. Then I'm cleaning up and yada, yada. So I got to see bits and pieces of it, and then I saw like the final 20, 40 minutes. So when it was over and everything was cleaned up and everybody was on their way, the network started it again in its entirety. It was so bad they showed it twice. And I watched second time to see what I'd missed. Catch up the little nuances, because a lot of cultural significance, I think, too.
Yeah, there's always some moment. Everybody's
there's a
looking
moment
for a
or two
moment.
or three. Yeah.
Anybody get slapped?
Nobody got slapped, and so I lost that bet again. I've been betting that every year since. Conan O'Brien was the host, did a great job, I thought.
That not, just quick side note, was that not the wildest? That's the wildest thing. I mean, how crazy is it that happened? That Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Walked on stage and literally assaulted.
And they got in a fight. He assaulted a man.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, so so you watched it last night.
Yeah.
What's your big takeaways? Did anybody get robbed? Were you happy for anybody that won?
It's funny. I try to see I've seen some of the movies. I want to see some of the movies since the Oscar broadcast last night. I do kind of use these award season to tell me what's worth my time and trouble to see.
Yeah, some barometer of what to see.
Right? Yeah. And I'd seen F1. I'd seen Hamnet.
Frankenstein, I think you said
I've seen
you saw.
Frankenstein.
Marty Supreme.
I have not seen Marty Supreme.
Okay.
And given the Oscars, total snub. That movie had like 8 or 9 nominations and got nada.
Didn't get
nada.
anything. Why do you think that was?
It may have been the Timothy Chalamet's assault on ballet and opera. No.
Here's the thing. I was unaware of this till you and Laura were pointing this out before the show, that he's kind of in the doghouse right now because he said something. I hadn't heard this. I was unaware that this was the thing.
Right.
He made a comment about how we have it here. I'm going to play it. Laura pulled it for us. This was his dig at ballet and opera, and I guess this makes him kind of a villainous person. Now let's play it, and you can be the judge.
I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. Yeah. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there.
Yeah, all due respect, but you guys suck.
Nobody watches you. The reason it probably stings is because there's a little grain of truth maybe in that. I mean, the audiences for those, I imagine, are drying up. Not ironically, like movie theater experience, the movie theater going experience. I think he left that one out.
Well, Conan had some really good jokes from the podium. He told a lot of political jokes, not a lot, told a few pointed political jokes. I'm not going to bother to get into them here. If you want to see them, they're easy to find. He made fun of Chalamet for that comment about, and he said, Jazz is just mad you left them out of the mix. But, Chalamet got snubbed. His movie got snubbed. The same thing happened last year. A Complete Unknown, the biopic, the Dylan biopic he did, that had 8. Now, last night's Marty Supreme had 9. The year before had 8. He got both movies got snubbed. It's hard to get snubbed at the Oscars.
Do you think he's being snubbed because he's so popular? Like they're kind of angry at him for being so popular? People love Timothy Chalamet.
They do. He's brilliant.
He's Willy Wonka.
He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah, he's good.
The guy's brilliant. So, yeah, I think Hollywood likes to be too cute. Especially the voting members of the Academy, 11,000 members of the voting Academy who pick these winners.
Yeah.
But I've noticed, and I think you have too, that they do kind of spread the awards around. Mm-hmm. Every movie gets a little something so they can say, Academy Award winning picture.
Yeah.
If it's for editing or sound. F1 won for sound.
Yep.
Because they sort of, they made it sound like you were on a track.
That's pretty good.
It was. They've got an Oscar.
That was a pretty throaty V8 you just did.
Hamnet, which I watched, even though I knew it was depressing. It was a very depressing movie, but it's a beautiful movie. And Jessie Buckley, who won that, the only one they won all night was her Best Actress Oscar.
I did see her acceptance speech.
That was
going around everywhere. She was talking about motherhood. It was so beautiful. I want to play just a little clip of that. Everybody was talking about this.
My family, my Irish family, they're all here. Ireland bought them flights. Where are you? Thank you for teaching us to dream and to never be defined by expectation, but to carve from your own passion. You, Fred, I love you, man.
Your husband.
I love you. You're the most incredible dad. You're my best friend, and I want to have 20,000 more babies with you. I do. I do. And Isla, my little girl who is 8 months, who has absolutely no idea what's going on and is probably dreaming of milk. But this is kind of a big deal. And I love you and I love being your mom and I can't wait to discover life beside you. Chloe and Maggie, to get to know this incandescent woman and journey to understand the capacity of a mother's love is the greatest collision of my life. It's Mother's Day in the UK today. So I would like to dedicate this to the beautiful chaos of a mother's heart.
What a current phrase.
We all come from a lineage of women who continue to create against all odds. Thank you for recognizing me in this role. This is the greatest honor. I can't even believe it. Gurv mila mila mahagut slán.
That's so
Gaelic
sweet.
at the end, yes. What a force of nature that woman is.
I was going to send this to my wife because, like, being a mother is so difficult, and you don't get the thanks and the applause and the accolades. I mean, even in our stupid job, we still at least... we have people listening, and they'll send us texts. Even if they're angry, they're still sending us messages and engaging with us. And then we have, like my wife, who's home with our kids all the time. She doesn't have that same appreciation. I mean, other than how many times I tell her, and obviously our kids and love her and everything. But this speech was just so beautiful. It just acknowledges
and him,
impossibly difficult job that is.
Right. And Hamlet's about a mother who loses a child. Spoiler alert, Shakespeare.
I can't. I haven't watched the movie. I didn't want to be depressed.
I watched that one and cried, even though I first off, I love to cry.
Yeah.
You know that. I watch Rudy once a year just so I'll have enough cries.
I do it for the same reason.
It's because it's powerful.
Because I want to scrape away the cynicism of life, and I want to feel something. No, just kidding. But I do actually. It does touch a part of my. It reaches in. Movies have an opportunity to do that, and they. It's like a shorthand to getting into your emotions sometimes. Rudy is that way for me.
I watched a Bradley Cooper interview, and he said, I watched Jesse Buckley and Hamnet, and I could feel, I believe that this actor felt everything on that screen. I was right there with him. James Cameron said he watched Hamnet twice, knowing he would cry, and he cried both times. And you know what it cost to make Hamnet, by the way?
I don't.
$30 million. To make that entire movie.
It's a beautiful movie.
Well, when your car chases are carts, they go a little cheaper.
Train Dreams, which was also nominated, didn't win anything, right? That's a local movie shot here locally. It costs like what, $10 million to make?
And I think of all the things, of all the trail. I guess they show trailers is what you would call what they show at the Oscars. A brief clip to show one of the nominated for Picture of the Year films. I want to see that movie. That's the one I want to see most of all of them.
You should check it out. It's I found it to be a little depressing.
Right.
Oftentimes movies are depressing, obviously, but it's a really beautifully shot movie, and it's interesting. Como had a good piece. We didn't highlight it today, but I guess I am right now. I think it was on Como, but they talked to the set photographer, who's a local photographer guy, and he was on set to document a lot of all these productions. They have set photographers who will take pictures. They do for production reasons and also like post-production reasons. They have people taking pictures of things. And he detailed how you take a movie, because that's set in like the Industrial Revolution, like when the
steam engine was it? Yeah.
When the trains are making America reachable from sea to shining sea, and big giant beautiful trees and tunnels and just like the hard life that people lived. And how do you make it look like a lived-in life back then, even though we have all of our so he takes pictures of all these things. It's beautiful. And one of the pictures that he took was really cool. There's a fire sequence in that movie. Obviously it deals with forestation and stuff. And there's a fire, but they didn't want to light everything on fire. So what they did was they have like just countless big giant production lights with these gel coverings to make it look like a forest fire. And then they introduce fake smoke and all these different things, so that from a distance, it looks like fires climbing over a hill in the distance.
Wow.
The production of these movies is unbelievable. And that is a film that only cost $10 million to make.
Right.
And Netflix is able to release it it just goes right on their platform. Which
so let me ask you this, because one of the broadcast of the Oscars always gets, it's too long. But it sounds like you love like the cinematography,
all of that stuff.
Or the there was the first time ever they gave casting. An Oscar for casting, putting an entire cast together.
Everything.
It's everything.
Casting
right.
is everything.
So how do you
Can we
make
come
a
back
show?
to more Oscars real fast?
Sure, yeah. Because there's a question: is it dying or growing?
Well, there's also and there's a moment that like everybody's looking back on, going like, how is it possible this is still happening?
Tim, that was the one you asked me what I thought of it. There's one moment last night that just jaw dropped.
Yes. All right, we're gonna play it. It's not a slap, but it's kind of a slap.
It
in a
kind
way,
of feels like
actually.
It stung.
Yeah, it stings. We're going to play it when we come back. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
Two competing budget proposals. Senators want to be aggressive, they say.
Traffic.
We have a stall on westbound 16.
Conversation.
If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They're bringing it home again.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Jackson Hewitt will do your taxes for $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So if you're a delivery driver, /handyman, /wedding DJ, you pay only $149 or less. We're talking to you, waitress.
Check, please.
/pet sitter, /influencer. Just $149 or less. Want your refund to work as hard as you? Hurry. Don't wait. File with Jackson Hewitt today. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater. DayandNight.net.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Mariners fans, the 2026 season is officially on deck. And Cal, Julio, and the defending AL West champs are ready to feed off your energy at T-Mobile Park. Be here for every monster home run.
There it is, number 60. The magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Every 100-mile-per-hour heater.
He throws it and the ball game's over. Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Every clutch moment.
A bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead.
It's going to be an epic 50th season, and you won't want to miss it. Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Lock in your spot for the season with a Mariners Reserved membership. Get the best seats at the best prices for 20 games of the whole slate. Plus, enjoy perks like guaranteed postseason access, year-round savings, no ticket fees, and more. Memberships start under $500. Find your plan at mariners.com/26.
Cars for kids. KARS
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Staples has hot deals on everything for your business, like up to $125 off your print order. Ends 4/18, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
All right, welcome back to the show. Oscars were last night. Spike liked him so much, he watched him twice. Spike, was this the big moment? I didn't see it last night, so I only saw the kind of the summation that people do, like, oh my gosh, did you see when K-pop Demon Hunters got cut off? Everybody was talking about that.
When I witnessed this, go ahead and play, because when I witnessed this, we said amongst the entirety of the group, I can't believe that just happened.
Can you explain a little bit of the setup too?
Sure.
This was an award for
Best Original Song.
Original Song. And that soundtrack for that movie was like bonkers successful, right?
Right. And Demon Hunters won Best Animated Film, and they won Best Original Song. So when they announced the winner, 5 people make their way to the stage. I think the main performer in K-pop, Laura, you would know better than me, because they performed their Oscar-nominated song live, and there's three women in this group with a horde of dancers and flag bearers and yada yada.
It was the Demon Hunters?
Yes, it was majestic.
What are their names? Is it the Demon Hunters?
I couldn't tell you. I guess so.
Huntrix is the name of the pop group in the.
Huntrix.
Yeah.
So they go to make their thank you, their speech.
Okay, and then this happens.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this film. Thank you to Netflix. Thank you to Sony Animation. Thank you for Ian Eisendrath and Spring Aspers. And is there anything else?
I'd like to thank.
Yeah. So there's 5 people on stage, a woman and four gentlemen. And she makes a lovely speech about how people used to make fun of me because I like K-pop, but she's apparently one of the writers who wrote many, many, many K-pop hits for other artists.
Sure, which is like massive moment around the world.
And they get to this gentleman who's going to step up and speak, and you heard him. He got 2-3 words out, and they didn't just bring up the music under him. They destroyed him with just full-on, out of the gate, loud. You heard it.
Yeah.
And then the announcer goes, coming up after the break. They just totally, and then the lights went down.
Listen to that.
I'd like to thank.
Oh my!
That was the rudest I could not believe that they did this.
So rude. Why do they still do that at the Oscars? Like they have a
because
problem
we're in such a time constraint.
But you said they showed it twice. They played it back to back. Like, what is ABC doing? Like, you can carve out that night. You can let it run. Just like say, hey, guess what? Local late night news and all that stuff. This is an off night for you. Everybody go home, put your feet up. We're going to run as long as we want to run. Obviously, they must know that people don't watch because, and that's why they cut people off. They must be like, we got to keep it tight because it's boring and nobody wants to see it.
And there are different artists who get longer windows to speak. The best actor, best actress.
You played the Jessie Buckley.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Michael B. Jordan got a wonderful bit of time, and he had wonderful things to say.
Yeah.
Amy Madigan, who won the first award of the night, was for Best Supporting Actress.
Okay.
And she spoke for quite a while. And the reason I asked
Demon
that
Hunters guy sitting there like checking his watch.
I mean, this guy's life's work, and he gets up there and they just slam him to the turf.
Can you? Go ahead.
There was a moment maybe 20 years ago, a film called Once, a little Irish film, and there was a song called "Falling Slowly," I think it was. Glenn Haskard and a woman from, I forget, a Scandinavian, not a Russian type. I apologize. He gave his portion of the speech. She got up to say one thing, and they did the exact same thing to her. After the commercial break, Jon Stewart, who was the host that year, brought her out and said, you know what? Thank who you'd like to thank.
Instead of me making my dumb jokes for the next segment.
Exactly. Because, talk about cutting it short at the end of the night or letting them go long.
Yeah.
At the end of the broadcast, after the credits had run, there was a 2-minute produced video joke from Conan O'Brien, who was the host. And it was about, to get into it, Cohen, you did such a great job. You've been awarded host for life. And they take him to his new office, and then they gas him in the office, take him to a thing, and throw him in an incinerator. This 2-minute video, it was funny, but not at the expense of this guy.
Yeah.
Or people who get cut off who don't get to say thank you to the people that helped build their lives and their careers and supported them.
It's really crazy when you think about how rare it is that somebody, one, gets anything made. Like, to get any movie made in Hollywood is just an impossibility. It's a miracle that it happens. And then beyond that, it has to be executed well enough that people consider it good. Like, there's a bunch of crap that ends up getting made.
Sure.
But then it has to be executed well enough that people go, yeah, this is pretty good. Then people have to vote for it to even be nominated. Then it's nominated. Then you have to get all your peers to vote for you over other people who've also done amazing things. Like, all these dominoes have to fall just in order for you to have a chance to get to a win. And then you get a win, and then you get on stage, and you're 2 seconds into your speech.
Thank you so much for this film.
I'd like to thank
hammer down on that guy.
I would just, if I was sitting there, I would be sweaty with nerves for him. I would feel so awful that he had that experience. I'd want them to bring him back out. Like, hey, let him speak.
Well, Laura and I were talking about last night's event before the show today, and she, like you, she goes, I love the costuming, or
I didn't say that, by the way.
Cinematography.
I don't want people to.
But you spoke to you want to see the cinematography aspect of it, the editing.
Ish.
I mean, okay. So is the solution that these shows run long and get boring?
Yes.
Is it that you eliminate the lesser categories, or do you stop the shtick and the bits and the comedy? The 5 women who came on for the reunion of Bridesmaids, who gave away 2 awards, spent 5 times as much time, making jokes and a prearranged skit from the audience that was relatively funny. It's okay. What's more important, that or the guy who put a lifetime's worth in getting the bums rush off stage?
And yet, they have to figure out how to make it entertaining. They're up against it's a rock and a hard place. I mean, but yeah, they should give the guy a chance. Give him a little more time.
It was embarrassing.
That's
for
embarrassing.
It was embarrassing for them, and maybe it was an accident because there was a lot of technical glitches last night.
Yeah, maybe
sound wise. Maybe they didn't mean to club them with the out music like they did.
They just came up and slapped him off stage. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Crooked teeth may embarrass kids whose families can't afford braces, and trying to fix their teeth themselves can make things worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. For children and teens who qualify and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, treatment can be life-changing and help them smile with confidence. Learn more at aaoinfo.org.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com. It's John Curley. If you're having joint pain, this will interest you. This Thursday night at 6, Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, is having a free live webinar to talk about stem cell therapy.
I'm really looking forward to this live webinar to educate on how using your own stem cells can be an extremely successful method to help regenerate native tissue in rotator cuffs, meniscus tears, and reduce pain in osteoarthritic joints.
What joints have you seen really good success with?
shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, even wrists and ankles. And in this live webinar, we'll tell you all about the procedure, how simple and safe it is using your own stem cells, and how we determine if you're a candidate.
Learn about stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, one of the most experienced in the country with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go pain-free in 2026. Join his free live stem cell webinar this Thursday night at 6. Register at drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Just in, a federal judge in Boston has blocked federal health officials from cutting the number of vaccine recommended for every child, including flu and hepatitis A and B, and says U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. likely violated federal procedures in revamping a key vaccine advisory committee. Extreme weather hits large swaths of the country. Blizzard conditions in the upper Midwest, where Ian Lee reports from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
The southern end of the same storm hit southern Tennessee with a possible tornado, and crews already hard at work clearing toppled trees about 2 hours south of Nashville. The colossal weather system is also blowing dangerously high winds in western Nebraska, where 2 massive wildfires are burning more than 500,000 acres of land, rivaling the state's worst wildfires.
Severe thunderstorms and tornadoes are possible today from Virginia down to Georgia. Extreme heat warnings are in effect in Southern California, Las Vegas, and Phoenix. 3 weeks into the war with Iran, President Trump talks about the numbers.
Should have been done many years ago. Since the beginning of the conflict, we've struck more than 7,000 targets across Iran, and these have been mostly commercial and military targets. We've achieved a 90% reduction in their ballistic missile launches.
President Trump is looking for help in defeating an Iranian blockade of the critical shipping channel for oil tankers, the Strait of Hormuz. CBS's Erica Brown.
Some allies have already dismissed the president's call for help.
Let me be clear. That won't be, and it's never been envisaged to be, a NATO mission.
President Trump has warned NATO could face consequences if allies refuse to help reopen the strait, and he's urging other countries like China to get involved, threatening to postpone an upcoming meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
The Supreme Court will hear arguments over a Trump administration push to end legal protections for migrants from Haiti and Syria. The Kennedy Center Board has unanimously approved President Trump's major renovation plan.
Together, we're going to ensure it remains the finest performing arts facility of its kind anywhere in the world.
The center will temporarily close for about 2 years following its Independence Day celebration.
It's been somewhat of a disaster, to be honest with you. It's been let go to hell.
President Trump says if he didn't take it over,
it would have closed, and physically it would have almost fallen down. It was in very bad shape.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Poland is now among the world's 20 largest economies. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Coming up, the NBA set for a key vote on bringing the Sonics back. That's after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
All right, Aaron, this report brought to us by Seattle Sports. We've got a traffic alert over Tiger Mountain this afternoon. Eastbound 18 is closed between Issaquah Hobart Road and the Summit due to debris. I'm guessing we have downed trees. Drivers are detoured off the highway at Issaquah Hobart Road. No estimated time for this to reopen. In Puyallup, the right lane on eastbound 512 remains blocked for road work at your ramp to northbound 167. Looks like this is wrapping up, though. It was scheduled to wrap up right now. Right now, we've got still a solid backup starting near Meridian. Heading through Seattle, South 5 continues to look good. North 5 got a backup developing now between the West Seattle Bridge and I-90. Nothing heavy. It does get thick approaching 520 across the Ship Canal. Altogether, it's 15 minutes to get through downtown Seattle. Our lake bridges look great. South 405 slows to Factoria. And up in Everett, eastbound 526, you're packed, leaving the Boeing factory over to I-5. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Nearly 2 decades after the Sonics left Seattle, a vote next week could be a major step forward in bringing the team back. ESPN NBA insider Brian Windhurst.
For the first time really since 2008, I think if you're a Seattle Sonics fan, you can truly start to believe that the Sonics are in the process of coming back.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey with more.
NBA owners could vote as early as next week to start collecting bids for expansion teams in Las Vegas and Seattle. ESPN's Shams Charania.
Industry executives tell me that you're looking at somewhere between $7 to $10 billion per team.
23 of the NBA's 30 owners need to vote yes. Then a second and final vote could come later this year. There are reports that a growing number of NBA owners now support expansion, pointing to the long-term revenue potential in a city like Seattle. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Former Skycomish school district teacher charged with raping students has pleaded not guilty. Judge today kept bail for 62-year-old Daniel Bubar at $750,000. Bubar was a gym teacher at Skycomish K-12 school. Prosecutors say he started grooming his alleged victim when she was just in the 7th grade. He is due back in courts March 31st. Pierce County deputies now looking for suspects after a violent shootout at the Golden Given Terrace Apartments in Midland. Pierce County Deputy Carly Capetto says 911 callers reported hearing 20 to 70 gunshots.
A downed victim, casings of bullets all over the parking lot, multiple vehicles that were hit with gunfire, windows broken out.
26-year-old victim was an innocent bystander hit multiple times but will survive. Weather whiplash on the slopes after 6 feet of snow dumped on the summit at Snoqualmie last week. Ski resort back to seeing rain at the pass. Summit spokesperson Carter Rich.
Always a bummer when rain follows snow, but we're just thankful to have gotten a really massive, super important reset for our mountain.
Snowpack hit 65 inches on the mountain, still well below average, but more than double compared to earlier this month. Elsewhere, the Mount Baker ski area is closed through Thursday because of the wet weather. Stevens Pass is limiting operations this week as well. Now to your weather updates. We will see plenty of rain in the lowlands and again high elevation snow and temperatures in the mid-50s. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Spike, I'm going to show you something real fast. This is, I'm not going to show the audience these pictures, but I'm going to show you, and it's not pervy or anything. But look
Great.
At this. And then Aaron Granillo's going to chat about baseball with us for seconds. Want to see these pictures? See these? Lovely.
Lovely. That's
family
beautiful.
having
Yeah,
fun.
it's wonderful. Who is that? It's wonderful family.
This is all of my family. Had a dinner last night.
Oh, how was it?
I wasn't invited.
Are you serious?
I just found out. So we have these dear friends that are in town from Argentina. And they go and they have a big family dinner last night. He just sends me pictures. He sends me these 8 pictures. He says, oh my gosh, when was these? When was this? And he says, last night. And I'm looking and all the pictures, that's my family. And there's my turncoat parents.
Oh, my goodness.
Also, and I'm sitting there going like, wait a minute, where's my invite? My invite must have got lost in the mail.
Sure, yeah, it happens. Yeah.
Listen, I know I got a big family and I got a lot of loud screaming kids, but it would have been nice to get an invite, even if you didn't want me to come. Even if you didn't want me to be there.
Interesting dilemma.
Isn't that?
Well, your folks, is it better that you how did you find out? Was your parents posted?
No, my parents, no.
Your buddy from Argentina
My buddy
posted.
sent me the picture. He goes, oh, this was such a fun night last night. I said, when was that? And he said, last night. And I said,
dude, you just now finding out?
Yes.
I'm so
like
sorry.
over the
buddy.
commercial break. And now it's got me all in a fluster.
Hard.
You know what?
What'd they serve?
And they had barbecue.
They didn't have succotash, Brussels sprouts.
Listen, I would understand if they were like cooking up shellfish or something.
There you go.
Then it makes sense. They're trying to save my life. It's an act of goodwill. But they had burgers. They know I love burgers.
You're a big fan.
Whatever. I'm not taking it personally. I would never talk about it on my radio show. All right, let's move on. You just watched. What day is it today? What day is it
Monday.
Today? You just watched a Skorheim family
a day
feud.
we call the day after.
Yeah. This is a before and after, folks. Skorheim family feud, 2026. What year is it? All right. You want to talk about baseball for a second?
Well, Mr. Baseball, our own Mr. Baseball.
Mr. Baseball is
back.
here.
He's back from the Valley of the Sun.
Aaron Granella joins us. You were just down at spring training. Is that right?
I was, yeah. Down in the Scottsdale area.
How are they looking, the Mariners?
Well, spring training hasn't been looking great. They're like 6-16 or something like that. But that doesn't really matter.
Got a tie.
That's right. That doesn't matter, though.
Now, a lot of their stars are gone.
Yes, that is true. A lot of them are playing in the World Baseball Classic. Obviously, we saw the drama with Randy and Cal. And
we have an update on that we're going to talk about with you.
Oh, okay, all right. And then, Julio's not there. Andres Munoz isn't there. So, whatever. It's fine.
It's funny because when I came in this morning, first off, Aaron, welcome back. Great to see you. I missed you when you were in the building. And I said, I'm so sorry you didn't get to see the Stars when your trip to Arizona spring training baseball. And what did you tell me?
I said, that doesn't matter. Spring training is about the prospects getting their shot and seeing what they can show against other major league talent. So, I follow the farm system. I know who's in AAA and AA and even single A.
They're stars to you.
They are to me.
Yeah.
And, there are a couple of guys that are fighting for spots on the team, and it's kind of fun to see how they perform. And a couple of other guys were there that I wanted to see, like Brendan Donovan, who's a new acquisition, and he's been tearing it up this spring training, by the way. But Cole Young, for instance, our second baseman, who's going to start the season at second, he was a rookie last year. And he got called up, and then, he didn't do too hot at the end of the season, and he didn't even really make the playoffs roster with the team. But everyone is saying he's come back this year looking super strong, super healthy. And it's fun to see those stories develop.
Yeah.
You see these guys when they're 18, 19, 20, and then in their early 20s, they get the call up, and you can say, I saw that guy before he was a guy, before you knew him here in Seattle.
It's also like watching Survivor. We watch Survivor. I love, the show Survivor?
I'm familiar.
I love it.
50 seasons.
50 seasons.
50 seasons.
Season 50 right now.
In 25 years.
And you have people get voted off the island. You never know who's going to make it.
Right.
And so this is kind of the same thing with the
Yeah, but sometimes the best person gets, it's one thing. Survivor votes sometimes the strongest candidate gets voted off.
Yes, correct.
Nobody sends the best second base prospect at home in spring training because,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's the opposite of Survivor.
But I think the World Baseball Classic, first off, we talked last week. I love it because I love the competitive juices that get going. Preseason and spring training can get sometimes mundane. And for these guys to have this international competition where they're passionate about the level of competition that these guys are feeling amongst themselves. We talked about the Rosarina Cal dust-up last week. I think it's wonderful. Plus the fact that it gets the folks trying to make the ball club their moment. They're not just sitting on the bench in Arizona. They're fighting for a spot.
I know. And then, I shouldn't be this excited about like baseball in March. You shouldn't feel like something is on the line. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's March 16th.
You mean the WBC?
Yeah, the WBC. And it's like, I am super, it feels like playoff baseball in March, which is really fun for me as a baseball fan.
Back to the World Baseball Classic real fast. So for anybody who wasn't aware, Cal Raleigh got into an argument with, actually, he didn't really get into an argument. He was just doing his job. Randy Rosarina comes up to the plate when they're playing against Mexico. He tries to shake Cal's hand. Cal's not going to shake his hand because he's a very reserved guy. He's in the middle of the game. After the game, Rosarina starts spouting it off, talking about how angry he is.
In 4 different languages.
A bunch of different languages.
Very well done.
At first, I thought maybe it was just for show, but then I thought maybe he's actually being kind of serious. or maybe it's just for fun and whatever. They don't care, and it's just for fun. What was your take on it? Did you think Rosarina was serious?
So let me give you a little bit of backstory before I give you my answer. I happened to be at the ballpark the day after it happened, and I actually was doing a little bit of reporting, actually, for our station. I'm doing a story on the Mariners and this really cool pitching machine that they have.
That's how he writes
so
off the cost of the trip, by the way.
Brilliant.
I was actually in the facility the day after that happened.
Oh, when manager Dan Wilson was forced to respond to all this.
Exactly. So I was in the room as he was responding, and you saw like the PR people sort of like really, really frustrated about the whole situation and trying to put out this fire.
So they didn't think it was funny.
No, it didn't feel like they thought it was funny. And I'll tell you, all the beat reporters were not pleased with Randy specifically.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Randy's very aloof. He doesn't talk to the media. You know, Cal's the guy.
He seems like he talks plenty.
Not in English.
That's true. That is true. That is true. So, you know, no one was particularly pleased, it felt like, from my vantage point, with what Randy said and how he responded. Because, I mean, he kind of he blew it up for no apparent reason, it seemed like. Like Cal was, like you said, Jake, middle of a game, he's competitive, and other catchers have done this too with their teammates in the MLB, just saying, not right now, it's the middle of the game. And for Randy to go off this, you know, expletive-filled reaction,
like Spike says, in many languages.
I'm in Cuban, in Spanish, in English.
And it's such a bummer because, I mean, it's such high expectations for the team. Vibes were so good, and they still are good by all accounts at the practice facility. And, you know, for what it's worth, like the players didn't seem to really care much about it. But, you know, my take on it, I think part of it is Randy is just kind of a different dude. He's built differently. I also think there's a bit of a cultural element here where maybe he couldn't necessarily take the joke. Or he couldn't let the disrespect go by without acknowledging it in a big way to save face. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I mean, if you watch the WBC, you know, the American team feels very, and not that the others aren't, but just very, this is it. We're here. We're representing the country. We're not messing around. It's all business. Whereas some of the Latin teams, for instance, they're just more joyful. They're having more fun with it. They're having a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. And of course, they're taking it seriously as well. But I think that there's a sort of a cultural element here too, where Randy couldn't quite get the joke, I guess, or just the competitive nature that Cal Raleigh was displaying in that moment.
Well, the crowd was a very Mexico pro crowd at this particular game between Mexico and U.S. And then Randy speaking to a Hispanic broadcast network, was he playing to that audience maybe?
May have been. It's possible. Yeah. And he came out with this, only a statement also, not really acknowledging what happened or what was said. So
he said, I'm learning French. Is that what he said? So I can give him one more language?
I can't even paraphrase the statement, but he didn't really address the controversy too much, essentially just saying that I'm here for the team. And that was kind of it. You know, Cal's response was, I love the guy. It's not a big deal. It's all going to be good.
This was the sound of the crowd when he did not shake his hand. You hear a lot of booing.
Very pro-Mexican fan base. Yeah.
Here's the update on that. Oh, but we didn't ask your opinion. So you think it was real?
I think Randy was not happy about it.
Okay. So it wasn't for show.
I don't think so.
Okay. Here's the update that's kind of fun. Josh Naylor, who seems like just seems like a cool dude. He was, so Team USA played Canada. Yeah. Naylor plays for Canada. Naylor knew that Cal was in this mix-up. And so Naylor apparently listened to Naylor talk about their meetup at the plate because Naylor decided to have some fun with this.
No, we were all just joking. Trying to really make light of the situation. I texted him before that I was going to do it and said, please don't. But me and Cal are really good friends.
Naylor, I'll play the rest of the clip in a second, but Naylor walks up to him at home plate.
Bump.
And he offers him a fist bump, knowing that Cal's not going to return the fist bump. I just think that's so funny.
That's a great way to handle it.
Yeah, I just think it's so funny that he texts him and Cal's like, please don't do that.
This team's going to be just fine.
I think so,
to
too.
chemistry.
Yeah. And I mean, you think about it. I mean, it's Naylor and it's Raleigh having a good time with it. I mean, those are your leaders, right?
Yes.
Right.
And, you know, Julio's a leader. I think he's going to be great. And once all these guys get back and the season gets going, this is going to be a footnote in a month.
Yeah, nothing. Listen to the rest.
And you don't got to be best friends to be on the same team.
And sometimes that can actually, not always, but sometimes that can drive you a little bit. This is the rest of the Naylor clip here. It just sounds like these guys are just having fun together.
An awesome teammate. Honestly, one of my favorite teammates I think I've ever had in my career. He's such a leader too. I was really, really happy to get traded to the Mariners last year and kind of experience being in the locker room with him and just being his teammate and going to dinners with him off the field and stuff. So I love him. And I was just honestly just super joking and he's like, good to see you, brother. And I was like, good to see you too.
Super funny. Yeah. Who's your favorite player on the Mariners? Spike.
I'm a big dumper guy.
Yeah.
He is everything you want in a ball player, man.
You get to meet him.
Everything you want, everything you could possibly want. But then look at Julio. Look at Julio step up last year in the second half. And how about the catch yesterday?
Built. I mean, I know I shouldn't be as impressed with his body. But he's got an amazing body.
Yeah, we talk about the games on the field have been.
He has an amazing body.
Amazing body.
Field, man.
Large quads.
He's got large everything. His shoulders. I mean, that guy is built like a
he is built.
tank.
Well, he got this massive contract early in his career when he's still growing, still developing.
Yeah.
He's just now entering the prime of his athletic prowess and ability.
I wonder if his parents are super athletic. They must be. I wonder if the Mariners, because they signed him when he was like, 16?
Yeah.
I wonder if they went and looked at his dad and they said, "Do you have a beautiful body too? Like, what is your son going to look like?"
His mom's throwing sacks of flour around like
She's
the sugar packets.
Your mom's got big shoulders. We like you, kid. Like, you can tell a lot about a person by how their parents look.
Absolutely. That's how I dated.
There you go. You're absolutely right.
Look at her ankles.
You look at your mother-in-law and you know someday.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
As long as we're talking about guys' bodies.
Yes.
While I was at the ballpark, if you like Julio's body, you're gonna love Lazaro Montes and his body. He's
Pretty
coming
nice
up.
body.
He's a nice.
He's
built.
What a weird conversation to have. Another beautiful body.
So the Mariners excuse me. God, the Mariners are everywhere in this WBC.
Team
body.
USA. Team USA.
Team USA beats the Dominican Republic last night 2-1. And the lineups from these two rosters, it's
all-star team.
It's an all-star team, seriously.
Yeah.
Julio steals a home run from Judge. I hope that happens again in the postseason.
That's pretty
cool. It's awesome.
Judge throws somebody out from right field.
Mm-hmm.
That was a laser beam.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So tonight now Italy, is Italy undefeated?
They beat
out
USA.
of nowhere.
So if Italy beats, is it Venezuela they're playing?
Italy and Venezuela tonight at 5.
Whoever wins plays
USA
Team
in
USA.
the finals. Yeah.
Yep.
Quick question. People are describing this as a controversy, although I don't understand this. I'd love your take on this. But the manager of the team, Mark DeRosa, he had Robert J. O'Neill, who is the SEAL Team 6 member who was responsible for part of the bin Laden raid and actually killed bin Laden.
Yeah.
He came in and gave a speech to the team, a patriotic speech, why we do what we do. And for whatever reason, people seem to have a real problem with that. I'm going to play you this clip. Yes, I don't understand this. I'm going to play this clip. He had the team come in before they played Canada, and he gave a speech, and he's talked to the team about being an American, these things, which I don't understand. So anyway, somebody asked him about this as if it was a controversial decision. I'm going to play you his response. I thought he had a pretty good response.
What would you say to anyone who disagrees with the idea?
Well, that was my decision to bring him in. And he was brought in actually a couple of days in Houston. It wasn't before the Canada game.
I apologize. That was Canada.
I think for me, there has to be, you never want it to get lost why you're doing this, whatever that why is. And a lot of people, like Paul Skeen said to me when he signed up for this, I want to do this for every serviceman and woman that protects our freedom. And that's why we wear USA across our chest. And I just thought it would be like a time to kind of redirect and get those guys to understand that although this is an unbelievable event and you're getting a chance to share a locker room with the game's greats, there's a reason why you're doing it and a reason why people protect our freedom at night, and I just wanted to honor that. So that's why he came in to talk.
Well, that was a good response. He kind of addressed it just as it's my choice. He came in, he gave a speech. I don't know why people would make that controversial. I don't know who would find that particularly controversial.
People looking for people who have to have a byline, have to get a story posted, and he need a different angle to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. If you can't, he's a veteran. He's fighting for freedom. We're in a situation.
He took out bin Laden. Is there anybody out there going like, yeah, boo? No, like, nobody. Everybody's like, that's awesome what you did. They literally go watch Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, I don't understand that, but whatever.
Well,
try to make
if this is your problem with the skipper of Team USA,
then you got a good life.
Well,
yeah, no kidding. If this is the controversy,
and you got over him almost torching the entire tournament by our ticket is
Not
punched.
understanding group stages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Okay, well, sounds like it's a non-controversy then. We have to thank Aaron. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Do it, yeah.
Very exciting.
Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you.
Do you think, real quick question for you, Mariners prospects this season? I know maybe the, whatever. They're not doing super great in the preseason here.
Not supposed to.
Not that
I'd
really
rather go
matters.
0-4 in the preseason.
Yeah, you're just trying stuff out. Yeah. What do you think this season's going to look like for the Mariners?
I think they'll be very competitive. They are one of the odds-on favorites to reach the World Series, as they should be. Their pitching is good, very good if they stay healthy. I don't think there's any other pitching staff that can take them out in the playoffs. They're stacked, man. They are built. They are built
any
for the
cause for
postseason.
concern with this preseason? I know we don't care about the record. Any pitchers not doing what you hope they're going to do?
No, I mean, no. Not really.
Any bodies that look undersized?
any scrawny little how this
yoke
guy
up a little bit?
No, Cole Young's body was very good. Jerry DiPoto had lots to say about Cole Young in his off-season workout. He came in looking very strong, which he needed to do.
And he did
I think we're doing well, man. I think we are set up for success.
Finish the sentence for me if you're willing.
Yeah.
Unless they blank, it's a failure. See, this Mariners season will be considered a disappointment unless the Mariners blank.
I mean, unless they reach the World Series.
Win the West enough?
No, they got to reach the World Series.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, good answer, buddy.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, that's Aaron Granillo. When we come back, can we play this? There's a viral ad going around. They played this in the Oscars last night. We haven't gotten to this yet, Spike, but it's a Disney cruise ad. Did you see that?
Saw it, yes.
I was
dude,
watching
I have no opinion, obviously.
Okay, I didn't watch this. I didn't watch this last night on the Oscars, but I was watching it this morning at 5 a.m. doing my show prep stuff for the day, and I'm in tears.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if it hit you the same, and what about it is like so impactful to people.
Right.
We're gonna play it for you and chat about it when we come back. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in 1 day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Well, there's nothing I hate worse than being cold. And if your house is feeling a bit drafty or the floors of the main level are way too cold on your feet, that's probably because your crawl space and attic don't have enough insulation. It's probably making your furnace work overtime. So now you're spending more money as well. Well, how about a free and easy way to learn if you need better insulation? Just schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space and attic with Crawl Pros. It's exactly what I did. They'll show up to your house. They'll go where you don't want to, certainly where I didn't want to, and they'll tell you if you got any problems with your crawl space, your attic, and especially your insulation. If they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates as well to help you get that work done correctly and affordably. If you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could receive a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost. Make your home more comfortable. Save on your energy bill with Crawl Pros. If you're worried that anything's going on in your crawl space or attic, critters, mold, water, plumbing issues, call Crawl Pros or go to crawlpros.com.
It's John Curley. If you're having joint pain, this will interest you. This Thursday night at 6, Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, is having a free live webinar to talk about stem cell therapy.
I'm really looking forward to this live webinar to educate on how using your own stem cells can be an extremely successful method to help regenerate native tissue in rotator cuffs, meniscus tears, and reduce pain in osteoarthritic joints.
What joints have you seen really good success with?
Shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, even wrists and ankles. And in this live webinar, we'll tell you all about the procedure, how simple and safe it is using your own stem cells, and how we determine if you're a candidate.
Learn about stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, one of the most experienced in the country with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go pain-free in 2026. Join his free live stem cell webinar this Thursday night at 6. Register at drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The United States is looking for help from other countries in reopening the Strait of Hormuz, that critical shipping channel for oil tankers. CBS's Erica Brown has more details from Capitol Hill.
Some allies have already dismissed the president's call for help.
Let me be clear. That won't be, and it's never been envisaged to be, a NATO mission.
President Trump has warned NATO could face consequences if allies refuse to help reopen the strait, and he's urging other countries like China to get involved, threatening to postpone an upcoming meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
Our state is mourning its first loss in the Iran war. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi has more.
Captain Ariana Savino, a 31-year-old Air Force officer from Covington, died March 12th. A military refueling plane crashed in western Iraq, killing her and 5 others. Savino was commissioned through Central Washington University's ROTC program. She graduated in 2017. She was an accomplished aviator, earning both the Air Medal and the Air and Space Commendation Medal during her career. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Some King County homeowners are seeing higher tax bills, even though their home values are down. This is because state law requires assessments to be set a year early, according to the Seattle Times. Taxes due in 2026 are based on home values from New Year's Day 2025, that is before the market cooled. Big moment for the University of Washington women's basketball team. Well, they found out last night they're going to the NCAA tournament as the number 6 seed. Husky guard and lead scorer Savia Sellers tells KIRO 7 TV.
I think our team just plays with a lot of fun. You'll always see us laughing and smiling and just playing for each other. And so I would say we're a pretty fun group to watch.
Huskies take on South Dakota State on Friday in Fort Worth. Meantime, Gonzaga is back at it again. Both men and women are headed back to the tourney. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:33. We check in with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron. Still got a traffic alert heading over Tiger Mountain on eastbound 18. It's shut down at Issaquah Hobart Road. We've got a landslide near the summit. No estimated time to reopen. The Valley Freeway beginning to fill in southbound between Kent and Sumner. 35 minutes from Renton into Puyallup. North 405, you're thick through the Renton S-curves. Renton to Bellevue, a 15-minute trip. South 5 into Seattle, we're looking good, just a little slow through the heart of downtown. North 5, we're now pretty solid from the West Seattle Bridge past I-90. You'll catch a little break and then solid again from Mercer across the Ship Canal Bridge. 20 minutes now to get through downtown Seattle. South 405, you're going to jam up briefly through Factoria. And looking at our passes, Stevens, Snoqualmie, Blewett, and White Pass, all looking good with no restrictions. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And mainly cloudy skies right now. Some light showers over the peninsula and also the passes. And then more rain on the way this week. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 50s. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike, last night on the Oscars, when you watched it twice, did you see this Disney commercial? This premiered last night at the Oscars? Disney?
I believe it did. First time, I think it was a premiere.
First time you saw it,
First time I'd seen it, but I think you're right. I think it was a world premiere.
It must have been because I saw it kind of all over the internets this morning as I was getting ready for the show.
I watched it twice.
You saw it twice.
And I skipped through commercials, but I liked it so much the first time, I made sure I didn't miss it the second.
All right, so this is an ad for Disney cruise ships. And in the ad, we're going to play a little clip from it, but in the ad, it basically tells you the life cycle of a father as he is experiencing Disney cruises with his son. Now, this is not an ad for Disney. We don't advertise for them. We don't get any endorsement dollars. But I was quite moved by the ad. I actually found myself kind of tearing up as I was watching it, sitting alone in my quiet house at 5 a.m. And did you have the same reaction? Did it make you emotional watching it?
I just watched it again 3 minutes ago.
Oh, did you?
I did. 'Cause I don't know what it is about me. I love feeling like this. I love getting my buttons pushed.
Sure.
Emotionally like this. It's not speaking to, it's a multi-generational trip through what a Disney cruise means to families, particularly father-son connections. It wasn't about, what dad and son doesn't like on a limitless buffet.
Yeah.
It's not about the water slides. It's wonderful. It's not about the water slides, not about the excursions, the snorkel, all the great things. I mean, again, this isn't a paid thing for Disney Cruises.
Yeah.
It's about connection between family.
And
what this is.
The commercial, I don't know if this will come across when we play the audio, which we'll play in just a second. We'll stop blabbering in a second. But the dad starts the cruise when he's a young father and his child needs a nighttime walk.
Can't sleep.
Can't sleep. So the dad takes his baby son out onto the deck of the Disney cruise ship and he's walking around and he's looking up at the moon and everything. And then this starts to become something that becomes a routine for them.
Their tradition.
And then a few years later when they're back on the ship and the kid is now a toddler and carries a stuffy around, now he's walking around the nighttime walk again. And then you get to the teenage years and the teenager doesn't quite want to walk with dad.
No thanks, I'll stay here and scroll my phone.
But still finds him out by the railing late at night. And you see the father and son who are now the same height. So I'm watching all these. I have 4 sons, and as I'm watching, I'm like, oh my gosh, time is passing so quickly. But let's play it, and then we'll talk more about our tears.
You're not sleepy, are you? We're gonna go for a walk.
Dad, can we go for the walk?
Getting ready for the pool? Nah, I'm just gonna chill here. Is that okay?
We stepped up to the rail to join him in the moonlight.
Hey, Dad. We couldn't sleep.
That little boy all grown
Oh my
up,
gosh.
son of his own.
Now his son knocks on the door, and now it's the 3 of them. Now it's the father and son, but in between them is the grandkid, and they're both holding the grandkid's hand. I mean, even talking about it now, it makes me emotional. It's just, time is so fleeting. I don't know if parenting has always felt like this. I assume it has, which is why I'm feeling it now in my 40s and with my kids being at this age just before they're like starting to not want anything to do with me. You're already there.
I'm there. Trust me. Mine have come back.
They've come back.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me one time on the air, I was bemoaning my oldest child's, shenanigans on air.
Yeah.
And this guy said, you know what? They leave the planet. Teenagers, that's their job. They go out and leave the planet and circle whatever far off star there, but they always come back.
Oh,
they always come back to you.
It's nice to hear.
I know. And it's borne out to be true. I'm telling you, man.
Do you think, though, that we're experiencing life differently now? I mean, it's everything. History always repeats itself, and the cycle of life happens for everybody. The difference, though, that we're facing these days, especially for young parents, is that in the past, you weren't competing for time with your children and being at home with this stupid thing in your hand all the time. And now people have these stupid phones in their hand all the time. Like there was a post about it. It's funny. I saw this on a phone. I saw a post about this video, and somebody said the reason that video is hitting so hard for everybody is, one, parents who've already gone through it and the connection with the kids and all that stuff. And now for parents going through it right now who are in the younger stages of life, you got to remember how fleeting time is, because it doesn't feel that way when you're experiencing it. It feels like it's going to stretch out forever, and you feel like your kids are always going to be young, and they're not. But you trick yourself into believing that they're always going to be this age. And yet you have the evidence every single day against that. They're not. Like my oldest is almost 11. His birthday's coming up.
We've lived it ourselves, coming through our parents' lives.
Yes.
And now it's happening to us. And yet we still don't want to believe that time is finite. And these days are fleeting. You never know the last day you pick your kid up off the ground, right?
Yes.
You never know. And as a father, this commercial, it didn't come out in the audio, but this dad is bemoaning the fact that he's now an older gentleman on the cruise. The same guy, aged, beard, glasses, lying there, and bemoaning this memory. And his son knocks on the door with his grandkid. And you're right. It's right. Thank you for building these moments. It is awesome. It's a brilliant ad.
And it's all for money. Disney wants your money. That's the thing, too.
Have you read through the comment section?
Yeah, no, that's what makes a good ad, is that they hit on something to get you to spend the money.
No, but the haters who come out, how much this costs and how much that costs and yada, yada, yada.
It is very expensive.
Can you just live in the moment that time is fleeting?
It's fleeting.
You people that just are living to troll the internet and knock down. This is a beautiful message.
It's beautiful.
I mean, advertising can be very insidious. It can be detrimental to our well-being as a society, to our health. Cigarettes were delicious for 50 years on advertising.
You.
Delicious.
Take some of the stress out.
Right? I mean, 4 to 5 doctors recommend smoking to pregnant moms to keep the birth weight down, whatever it might be, But can we just take a moment to realize, hey, you know what? Memories that link us to our kids and our parents are worthwhile. And it costs a little bit, sure. But you can't buy more time.
You can't put a price on it.
You can't buy a memory. You got to make a memory.
Yeah, you're totally right.
It was beautiful.
It is one of those things. Like last night, I took the kid. Usually we end up on Costco.
You know what the irony is here, by the way? Let's hold button real quickly. That old man in the video, Timothy Chalamet. I don't know if you noticed that kid's an amazing actor.
No, he wasn't.
Snubbed again.
No, he wasn't. No. Well, the video, they were also really smart in that they used the music from Up, the opening music from Up.
Yeah. Oh.
That is the most beautiful opening sequence of almost any movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
When you have the life story of the old man from Up, and marries his wife, and the tragedy
meets her as a little kid, and they grow
not being
old,
able to have a family
yes.
themselves, and then still wanting to have an adventure and all the stuff. So that's all comes preloaded, which is there's nobody who's better at marketing than Disney. They're the best.
Which is why the original score category cannot be dropped from the Oscars.
Yes.
Our earlier conversation.
Yeah, you're right.
How do you trim the fat off these broadcasts?
I was and I hadn't seen this ad yet, but I was at Costco yesterday. I'm always at Costco on the weekend because we're always restocking on eggs and milk and all that stuff.
No, Costco.
Best day to go of the week?
Wednesday.
Come on. Yeah, hump day. Absolutely. So we're at Costco yesterday, and I got 3 of my sons there. The baby's at home napping with my wife, and 3 of my sons are with me. and my oldest, who's about to turn 11, they're all over the cart, and I literally have to pull over right as we get in on the cart, and I have to tell them all, like, listen, guys, you're either in or you're out. You cannot keep jumping off and on of this ride.
Right.
Make a decision and stick with it.
Just like Disney.
Yes.
Keep your hands in the cart at all
good,
times.
you'll win a reward. I'm trying to like bribe them.
Sure.
And my oldest is on the thing, and I realize we're like 3 or 4 visits away from him not wanting to ride this anymore, because the second he sees one of his friends, he's right there. He's right on the edge, because he's 10 years old right now, but he's about to turn 11, and he's about to see one of his friends not riding a cart, and something's going to click in his head. Thank God it hasn't yet, even though it's annoying, because he's huge and he's very heavy to push around. He's so big that he stands on one side of the cart, and then 2 of my other kids have to outweigh him on the other. Otherwise, the ship's gonna.
Sure, you're pulling right turns all day,
and I'm just like sweating. But he's right at that age where he's about to see one of his friends not riding a cart, and something's gonna trigger in his head, and he's gonna go, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't be riding this," because that's what little kids do. And I started to correct him yesterday on it to get him off the cart, and I thought to myself, "No, don't do it yet." Because he's only going to ride this cart for so many more times, and then you're going to be wishing for him to ride the cart again. And then I saw this Disney ad, and it just made me very emotional. It made me very sad.
You're right. No, you're spot on, man.
And it's just fleeting.
Good for you for being aware before it's too late.
Yeah.
Plus you got so many.
I got so many.
You can relive these moments over and over and over.
I know. It's so incredibly sad, though. So thank you all for letting us talk about it. It's wonderful and it's sad, which is just what parenting is, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, it's a good ad. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. All right, we got a lot of other stuff coming. We got your text messages. You can still hit us up on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. We will be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
2 competing budget proposals. Senators want to be aggressive, they say.
Traffic.
We have a stall on westbound 16.
Conversation.
If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They're bringing it home again.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nia Hurd-Garris with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. As parents, we want our children to grow up healthy and strong. That means helping teens take responsibility for their health as they become young adults. One way to do that is to make sure they have one-on-one time with their pediatrician. That helps them become comfortable talking about any health issue with their doctors and with you. So make sure to give your teen a voice. It's good for their health. For more on teen health, visit healthychildren.org.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year, more than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. If you own firearms, it's your responsibility to make sure they're always stored safely. Hiding them in a closet or drawer is not enough. Kids know where they are. Research shows the risk of injury and death is lower if guns are stored unloaded and locked up, with the ammunition locked in a separate place. This is important when children are young, as well as when they grow into teenagers. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
Welcome back to the Jake and Spike Show. I'm Spike O'Neill, Jake Skorheim, and Laura are out having a physical altercation with the copy machine as we speak. I'm watching it now. I can do the play-by-play, but I don't want Laura to be charged for the damage she's inflicting upon the copy machine as we speak. It's been a great show today. We appreciate you guys always with your input to the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. The number is 888-973-5476. If you missed any of the show today, shame on you. You should live the rest of your life with your head hung down in shame. Actually, no. What you can do is go back to find the podcast of our YouTube channel, the Jake and Spike Show YouTube channel. You can go back and watch the entirety of the show at your leisure, should you be so unfortunate as to have missed some of today's amazing broadcast.
Was I late?
Not at all. You came in perfectly on cue. Yeah.
Are we back?
We're back.
I apologize. I'm sitting there getting coffee, going to the
bathroom.
bathroom.
It's quite all right.
All the time in the world.
Watch Laura assault the copy machine as we speak.
Golly, folks, I apologize.
That poor person.
Yes, we do have a great show that you can go back and watch on YouTube, which people do seem to enjoy.
Yeah, it's the way of the world these days. Also, on your time.
Also, we really appreciate all of the text messages that we get. Did you already say that
Did
part?
that too. Yeah,
okay, you already did that part.
I played all the hits.
You played all the hits. Good. Well, now we're just waiting for the text messages
here she
to come
comes.
on.
Look at her. Oh, look at her. She worked up a sweat.
Fresh text
Laura actually worked up a sweat.
Delivering.
Great job.
Perfect.
Managing. Look at you. Human over technology every time, Laura. Every time.
All right. Text messages aplenty. Thank you guys so much. Let's start off with all the buzz about the Sonics. Can I first, before we read this is from Joel in Big Lake. There's kind of a fait accompli thing happening where I don't want people to get too far out over their skis.
With regard to
they get
a
excited
potential?
about it.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be some caution.
Mm-hmm.
We've been very burned. This is not the first time that the NBA has discussed this. It very easily could go the wrong way. And so just protect your hearts. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
just protect your hearts just in case.
We've sat on the porch prom night before and not have anybody show up to take us to the dance.
Or worse yet, they drive by and they throw eggs at you.
Right. Yeah, but now Vegas is bringing Vegas is bringing a limo. And we're just going to get in.
We
go
all
along
hope
for
we're
the
going
ride.
to get lucky. But we never know. All right, fire away, Laura.
On the possibility of a Sonics return, Joel in Big Lake says if the NBA does return to Seattle, hopefully Jake will not quit his job as one of our favorite KIRO radio hosts to become a ball boy again.
Joel?
Any chance?
I would love to go back and moonlight as a ball boy.
This is brilliant. No, this is a promotional opportunity for us.
Whoever's going to own that team, you hit me up, and I can show you how to. I'm very good at giving Gatorade when needed. I can mop up a floor real fast. I used to do that as well.
Here's what
I can rebound a ball very quickly.
Ball boy from every era, every jersey iteration.
That would be awesome.
And you could represent
Call it
your
ball
era.
boy legacy.
I do think though that we should be called ball men. I would like to be. I
ball
will be
boys
twice.
To ball men.
I will be
ball boys to ball men.
I will be twice the age of any player on the court.
It's so hard.
So I would like to be considered a ball man. Please.
You pour a little Gatorade For your homies.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the ball boys fallen in love.
Here's something funny.
Yeah.
You guys
Right.
may, okay, so you
This
guys
is a
may
great
not,
idea.
You guys may not know this, but to be a ball boy, back when I was a ball boy, did not require you to be a young boy. I was 18 at the time. I think I was like 16 or 17 when I started. But by the time I finished, I was 20. And there was guys who had worked there as ball boys for more than a decade. And there was 2 guys on staff who were both married and were full-time Microsoft employees.
We're ball boys.
Not a joke. And we're
How is that possible?
You could do this.
well, no, I got a lot of stuff going on.
For one night only.
Maybe one of my
One
kids.
night only.
One night only. Yeah. I'll come back for one night.
A
Play some
reunion
Disney
tour.
music.
Yes.
You and your boy on there throwing balls to the stars.
Yeah.
Okay, we're out of time. No, I'm kidding. On the sudden closure of Blazing Bagel, Steve-O says corporate landlords have been raising rents, in some cases 100 to 300%. Might be right. Probably a factor.
Oh, it's my turn. Josh Nauber says, I've always gone with cinnamon raisin bagel with peanut butter after popping out of the toaster. It's so good. That is a great combo. Cinnamon raisin, peanut butter is good.
Larry in Kittitas County says, Jake, go to a Winco and find the Veg Life brand plant-based cream cheese. It's delicious.
Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you,
Okay,
Larry.
yeah.
I will try it.
Okay, Veg Life. Amy in Redmond says, I blame 2 things for Blazing Bagels. A bagel competition and those of us on GLP-1.
That's... You know what? She's not wrong.
The market has changed.
Everybody,
Shrinking, one might say.
Everybody looks so skinny. Every
Right?
time I see one of them, I'm like, Ozempic. Every single time.
Ain't a lot of low-fat bagels out there, I'm just saying.
All right, pick another one, Laura. Your
On
choice.
Mayor Katie Wilson not answering questions. Dave in Nebraska says, Mayorette, which is pretty clever, bailed because KIRO was there and she knew you were going to ask the tough questions. You scared her off, that's all.
Golly. James. All right, Janice says, Jake, was Governor Wilson a true Freudian slip? Yes, it was. Is she the one you really want in Olympia? Go stand in the corner as I prepare a soapy solution. Bad boy.
I don't want it.
I
Janet.
don't get that point.
Okay,
Why
thanks,
does Janet want to soap me off?
We marked that number with the red flag.
Wash your mouth out with soap.
Oh, a Freudian. And also, okay. That makes more sense.
Okay.
I thought the way she phrased it was funny, which is why I included it.
Thank you, Janet.
On
You
$1
scared
billion,
me, but that's okay.
moving on. On $1 billion renovation to Seattle Center, turning Seattle Center into a retail hub is a great idea, but I think it might compete with Westlake and the Pacific Center.
Are either of those doing great right now?
No, the vacancy rate is
aren't they empty basically?
Basically.
Except for the Din Tai Fung and the movie
That's true,
theater on the top
yeah.
of Pacific Place.
But if you go onto the bottom floors, isn't it kind of like post-apocalyptic?
It really is.
Isn't it? I mean, that's
I mean to laugh.
That's my impression.
Yeah.
All right, finally, last one on the getting played off at the Oscars. Lisa and Renton says all the comedy bits were so bad. Cut those and let the winners speak.
Hear, hear.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. John Curley's coming up next. Great start to the week. We're excited to see you again tomorrow. We hope to see you too. Bye-bye.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are, as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
145 over 92.
180 over 111.
182 over 100. And I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest. And then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
A lot of people don't understand, including myself, I didn't, now I do, the impact of having a stroke.
My memory is shot.
When I woke up, I couldn't speak.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
It's a new life, but I'm going to make it better. I'm coming back. Ask your doctor, check your blood pressure.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Jackson Hewitt will do your taxes for $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So if you're a delivery driver / handyman / wedding DJ, you pay only $149 or less. We're talking to you, waitress.
Check, please.
/ pet sitter / influencer. Just $149 or less. Want your refund to work as hard as you? Hurry. Don't wait. File with Jackson Hewitt today. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach,